staticky feedback.
Maybe it might be mine with this junk I was playing with.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the mutants and the metahumans of all ages, shapes, and sizes. It is time for the most spoilerific show. I mean, the most spoilerific in-game show on YouTube. And if you have any requests for any topics, and if you've not been spoiled, I mean, if you haven't seen the movie, you will be spoiled. So this for everybody to have seen the movie. Let's go. What up with your YouTube and YouTube busters? Your boy TripleCup Chuck, and I'm up. And you're tuning in to the Heroic Vibration Podcast, where we talk about Marvel, DC, comic books, anime, video games, TV shows, and more. Welcome to our humble abode. Let's go. Today is all about the end game. All about the end game. So if you have not seen it, I'm saying it again because out of respect for people that have not seen it, this movie was a masterpiece. I advise y'all to go see it, then come back and watch the podcast because it's spoilerific all the way around the board. And by me saying that, I just want to let everybody know that been watching. I told y'all and I've been telling y'all from the beginning. I said Thanos was going to punch the shit out of Captain Marvel, and he did it. That let you know I'm shooting straight for spoilers up in here. But for tonight, we got some special guests in here tonight. And we're gonna get different opinions about Avengers Endgame. So let's go ahead and get to the panel members and the special guests. So I'm gonna start off with Yo Keating himself, Supersonic Station, man. What's good with your homie, man? Introduce yourself and let them know where they can find you at.
What's up? You got me so hyped for that game, for that movie. I want to go watch it again right now on Cody. I'm just kidding. I would never do that, but yeah, it's great to be here. Hyped about tonight. The movie was freaking awesome. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah. So where they can find you at?
Oh, Supersonic Station on YouTube, Twitter. You can see me complaining on Twitter all the time, and Retro Renegades on Tuesday. Coffee Casuals and Consoles on Sundays. What's up, Stone Girlfriend? Okay, thank you. Great.
Nice.
Okay,
nice.
we're good.
I man in somebody's background, but man, let's go ahead and go to because we're gonna go ahead and get through this so we can get to the end game because I am excited for this. I've been holding my mouth for a long time. So it's time to let this bitch fly. So next up we got my New Yorker from in the building. I watched this video. He ripped Thanos' glove off him and he used it for a cup to drink out of. Now you gotta be one bad motherfucker that bring facts.
What's up, good people, man? It's Runaway Dragons here. Your boy Lemon. Can't wait to get to the spoiler cast. And if you didn't see the movie, you need to get your ass up out of here because I'm spilling them. I'm spilling my guts. Facts.
All around the board. Next up, I got another special guest. She is like, you know what I'm saying? You see the 6 Avengers, and they have this one female that's a badass. I think actually could take on not Thanos, Thor. That I think could take on Thor. She's like one of the most favorite persons in the Avengers, and we have a favorite female YouTuber that bring games and know her stuff. I mean, really know her stuff. But no further delay. Let me introduce and say what up, Delilah HD. Thank you for coming out.
What's up, man? Thank you for inviting me to the show, man. I absolutely love the movie, so I can't wait to talk about these spoilers. I appreciate the invite, man. You guys know you can catch me on Twitter, Delilah_HD, and on Growing the Gaming on Saturdays. So yeah, man, let's go. Let's get it.
Shit, yeah. Next up, we got Savage Carter in the building, man. Say Savage, what's going on?
What up, people?
And he is muted.
What up? Y'all can't hear me up in here?
Well, he don't need no introduction right now anyway. He probably on some other stuff. We got somebody else that came in here that kind of had us waiting behind for a few seconds, but he's right on time actually because we just got started still in these introductions. And I don't know if he got his mic and stuff together, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. 3-pointer from distance, TripleCup Chuck. Man, K-Megan, introduce yourself and let them know they can find you at.
What's up, fam? What's up?
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Where you been, man? You late.
Obviously, it sounds like I was right on time. And did I hear something to say fraud alert? Only person that's talk like that would be a hater. Anyway, what's up, Delilah? Anyway, it's cool. Have part of the GRG family up in the piece. You know what I'm saying? Supersonic, what's happening? Man, good to be here. You can find me on my channel, KMega405. I know I haven't been doing anything. I've been actually off work because of the rain, and I've been no life in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man. I got close to 200 hours in this game right now, man. I'm almost done with it, but I'm digging it. I'm ready to go. Ready to get to it. Let's go.
Shit, yeah. That's what's up. And see, with no other further delay, since we got everybody introduced, man, we're gonna hop straight into this end game. So, say, Kid Meg, I'm gonna come straight with you since you just hopped in. I'm gonna warm you up straight fresh.
All right, cool.
Check this out. In the beginning of the Marvel's Endgame, they open it up with Hawkeye teaching his daughter how to shoot the bow and arrow while they out there, having a barbecue family event. Now, I want to ask you, what I'm saying, with a man with a family, if there was you in a situation, you out there with your family, barbecuing whatever y'all Oklahomans be doing, or Oklahomanians be doing.
So he just made up a word online.
That was awesome, though.
Hey man, you've been hanging around 100 too long, boy. You just coming out there making your own words.
Sometimes you just gotta let it flow. But check this out though. Why you and let's say you and your family and y'all barbecuing or whatever like that, having a good time, and then all of a sudden you turn around and everybody disappear. So my question is, what you think about this intro? How they just brought it in with Hawkeye? Did what I'm saying? How you felt about that?
No, it was really dope. I mean, because the one thing was everybody was asking in Infinity War was like, hey, where's Hawkeye? Where's Ant-Man? What's going on with them? Did they, outside of the movie, did they just not, did their contracts expire, or did they already die, or whatever the case may be? But then it starts right off basically showing you what's going on with Hawkeye and his family. And that was ill because you seen how he was already in the point of retirement as it was after Ultron. So he was basically thinking that, hey, look, this stuff has gotten way out of my hands. We got to have people that's better human, that's got superpowers and crazy stuff. I'm just a dude that just knows how to shoot a bow and arrow accurately. And these things is way beyond that. And I just want to spend time with my family. So when he saw that the family was gone, that was a trip, and it just led to all the other events, and I'm sure that we're going to get to it later on. But I thought it was really cool. It just hit home right there, just to give you an idea of what's really of how impactful that this whole situation was going to be.
Hey, so did it set the tone for you? Like, what I'm saying? Like, set the tone, like this movie gonna be serious when you seen the. I mean, just think about it. If I was in this situation and I'm turning around and all of a sudden my family disappear and I'm looking around, I'm thinking they playing with me. Like, man, where y'all hiding at? I would get like extra worried. Like, what I'm saying? When I seen that, I was like, oh shit! I seen this in the introduction. I mean, in the intros. I mean, the trailers, but when I was watching on the big screen, it just gave me a different vibe. Like, I actually felt like, man, that could have been me, and it just set the whole tone. I mean, anybody feel like
the thing for me, when I didn't even see that in trailers, I've been avoiding trailers and things like that, so I didn't even see that, like, as far as the family disappearing. So when I was in the theater and I saw that happen, it set the tone for the movie immediately. Like, look, this is a serious situation. It took it from being like, oh, they're talking about superheroes, which you already know that going in, but it just set the tone for like, look, this has just happened. This is serious. So I mean, it was. I think it was brilliantly done. It, like you said, it humanized the entire thing. It was dope.
What they
Nice
did
intro.
they made everybody get emotionally attuned from the beginning. That's why people was crying in them, because they was emotionally dragged in. Nobody would want to see their loved ones vanish. And then if y'all notice, when he stopped and finally figured that they not here, and the camera panned into his face, that was depressing. That was
Dude,
some
he
great
looked so
direction.
distraught. Like, he
Right,
looked
right.
like deflated. Like, the actor did a fantastic job in that moment. Like, it was so believable on his face. It was
And that-
just, he knew something else was bigger than him at that point. Like, he knew it was big, like, huge problem. So
Right.
yeah. So what about you? I see Station got his microphone muted, so I don't know if he's straight.
Yeah.
So, did you get emotionally attached? Did you cry when you first seen Hawkeye family die?
Yep. I brought tissue to my theater, and as soon as I saw that, I started crying right off the gate. It made me
Crying straight out the gate.
silly fam.
Man, he's on. Hey, I just hear Yoshida all the time.
Every time.
No, my heart went out. My heart went out to them. Like, it made me very sad. I started crying. It was a very great beginning to the movie because it did get you emotionally involved.
Sound like you're crying right now.
Hey,
It's been 2 days since I've seen the movie. I'm still crying.
Oh wow.
hey, what about the Easter egg about with the daughter and him calling his daughter Hawkeye too, as well, because it actually becomes the future Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
And how they dropped the little tease.
That was a nice little gem they dropped in there. Yeah.
Sure
Right.
did.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When we get further into it, there's another thing about that I would like to put in and see if everybody caught that as well. But I know we're just starting right after the beginning. But
Yeah, I just want to capture this moment at the beginning because they start to tone so amazing for this movie here. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And say Delilah, since you said that, I want to say this here. When you was avoiding the trailers, I could tell you this here. I watched all the trailers. I couldn't help myself. I watched them.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And the trailers, guess what they was? The first 15 minutes of the movie. I mean, like the whole thing about what we seen was
really? Wow.
and
They showed you nothing.
worth watching because you can.
That's great. That's how they should do it. Like every movie should follow that template. Like, look, don't spoil the movie. We want to surprise people. I mean, it was brilliantly done because I was lucky. I went to see the movie early enough. I didn't get any spoilers. I was able to see it with full just nothing because I avoided TV and everything. Like I filtered words on Twitter. Like I was serious. So
yeah.
Same with me. Yeah, I avoided, like I didn't really get on YouTube that much. I mean, it was just one of those things I didn't want to know. And even though I knew that I was going to watch it Sunday morning, but I already knew that, that Thursday people was going to start putting stuff out there. So I was real reluctant on trying to check out anything that said some Endgame. What I just went away from, moved of it real quick. So
and I heard people were trying to spoil it for people on Twitter and stuff like that. And I think that was unfortunate. Yeah, trolls and stuff like that.
In the face.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody got stolen. Yeah, somebody got stolen. But yeah,
it was more than one person. There was a lot of people got beat up.
I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. So when Infinity War came out, like I spoiled it for somebody on accident. We went to eat. We went to IHOP. It was a late movie. Went to IHOP, and I was like, man, I was gonna talk with my husband. I'm like, I can't believe everybody died. I said it just like that, and the people sitting adjacent from me was like, man, we ain't even seen the movie yet. So ever since then, I felt disgusted. Like,
get up.
I would never try to intentionally spoil the movie for somebody, but I was still going through it emotionally, and so I blurted that out and I spoiled it for the people sitting next to me. And I think it affected me more than it affected them because now I'm like, I try to be super careful.
I mean, but this wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That was an honest mistake. I'm talking about this is what happened. How it had people waiting in line to go.
That's terrible.
A dude came out of the movie theater from seeing the movie, seeing people in line to get their tickets for the movie, and he walked past them saying, Iron Man died. Captain America went back in time and retired. I mean, he just Black Widow got killed. I was like, damn, like right out the gate, he walked past people.
That's horrible. Like, how do you get off on stuff like that? Like when I was walking into the theater that I was in, I heard somebody say something about Iron Man, and so I would start going la 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 la. You know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't hear anything.
Right.
But so I was able to catch bits and pieces, but I wasn't able to put it all together to know exactly what happened. But I can't believe people would just do that. Like, it's so disrespectful. Like, people paying hard or earn money to go see the movie. Like, these tickets ain't cheap. You see what I'm saying? So why would you want to spoil the experience for somebody? That's too much.
Yeah, and that was horrible. And this was Thursday night, so this was like opening night.
That's just.
So that's why he got his ass beat. And some people feel like people that was too extreme for them whoop his ass.
No, it ain't. You invested.
I don't feel that way.
Clearly, I don't. I guess I come from a different time because I don't feel that way at all.
At all.
Right.
Well, people are putting their headlines on their YouTube videos and shit. Like, I couldn't even turn on YouTube and not get a spoiler. That shit pissed me off. Like,
that's why I wanted to see it as early as possible because I was not playing.
Right.
Like, I'm big on that whole no spoiler stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we have a whole spoilerific show, but we said last week, I said, man, let's not spoil it because the movie just came out today. I ain't worried about the views. I ain't worried about this here. We'll talk about it next week because that's ridiculous when you come straight out that Thursday night and somebody put up a spoiler video about it and on a thumb tag.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Iron Man dead. and Captain America, you know what I'm saying, looking old, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, not look at stuff because of stuff like that. And when I went seeing it, I'm looking at thumb tags of people on YouTube with stuff like that, and that's ridiculous. Like, people really will do that. So K-Mega, so what you think, that he should have got his ass whooped? He is MIA. That's cool though. He don't need
Man,
to talk.
K-Mac, where you at, man?
The film.
Oh, I'm in here. I'm in here. My bad.
Oh, I know. I'm saying. So, what you think about? Oh boy, he should have got his ass whooped. I know you're Oklahoman, yeah.
Oklahomian.
Oklahomian. Who? Go ahead. Say that again. Who was it? I didn't get to hear what your question. I'm sorry.
Now, this was the scenario. All right, people standing in line waiting to go watch the opening night. You know how everybody waiting in line to go see the movie, and you see some people coming out of the movie theater that just finished watching the movie, and one dude come over there and he just get to hollering, "Oh, Black Widow died, Iron Man died, Captain America got old." You know what I'm saying? Thanos got killed in the first scene, and you know what I'm saying? Like, he spoiled the whole movie. Do you think that the people was wrong for beating his ass?
No. And I did post a little story about that too on Twitter. Yeah, no, this is the thing.
It's warranted.
Yeah, it's warranted. Like, I mean, I don't condone violence like that, but this is some things that you just don't go over bounds. I was going to just say that the running back from the Bills, McCoy, his last name's McCoy. I can't think of his first name right now.
LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy. He went to go see the movie, I believe, that Thursday or Friday, and he tweeted every last bit what was going on in the movie throughout.
I thought it was exaggerated. I thought he tweeted the one part of it.
I don't know from the article.
And he got a lot of backlash.
Yeah,
so, but now the story is that he tweeted a lot more than what he actually did.
Yeah, I read it off of ESPN. It was just a couple of days ago, and I was like, "What?" And I remember I was talking to somebody about it. Like, man, come on. But see, now it could be either way. But regardless, I mean, why would people even go to?
And then he misspelled one of the keywords that you're supposed to filter out. Like, I think he misspelled Endgame or something like that, so he spoiled it. Right. Because like they was telling people, even more the Marvel Studios, they was like, put your filters on, like all kind of stuff. Everybody was trying to help people get their filters on because you can filter Twitter keywords and stuff like that. If you have to use social media, like be careful and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just the crazy environment that we stay in, is that there are people out there that will go watch something. Maybe they don't even care about the movie themselves, or maybe that they do, but then they want to kind of just spoil it for everybody else because they got the chance to see it and get the good vibe out of it, and then they want to kind of kill it for everybody else. I like I said, and I think everybody will agree, it was warranted that dude got boot to ass, because there was just no reason to do it. I mean, look, we're all in here to get to be entertained, and this is not something that's free. People are paying money for this, so you go out here, and if you're a diehard fan and you've been invested into these characters, and then somebody just go out and just say it, then hey, look, man. I mean, the situation, it is what it is.
Right. So Sam, would you back? I know you about that. So what's good with you? What you think about it? And he still got his mic ain't much mute. Hey Sam, would you might let the hop out and hop back in if we can't hear you?
Yeah, I can't hear anything. Just
yeah, I hear like a little buzzing sound too. It's weird.
Right. That was he probably
that was that program. Once you did that, whatever you did, Delilah went away. You gotta do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he probably just hop out and hop back in. But anyway, though, so what y'all think about Captain Marvel? Like how she, like in I know Delilah, I know you didn't see the trailers and nothing like that, but I watched the trailers where they were showing Captain Marvel appear back at the Avengers Tower when the clock had stopped or whatever like that, you know, the pager, and she came and she, you know what I'm saying, introduced herself like that. But then they showed in the movie that she stumbled out there and caught Iron Man. It was like the whole misdirect. I mean, it was like a scene that was in there, but she came to Earth. Then they sent her to go get Tony Stark. They she got him and brought him back to the Earth. And when they brought Tony Stark and with that Nebula back to the Earth, right? Oh, that's Gamora. No, Gamora, the green one. Nebula back to the Earth. The Tony Stark, the CGI, if y'all would have seen him, he looked like a Skeletor. And
he was on
crack. Yeah, he was a bad shape. He was a bad shape.
Yeah, he was hungry.
Yeah, he looked like he was starving.
They was working on fumes. Remember, they was sharing a little bit of food in the plastic container. Yeah. It was hard times.
Right, he was saying it was like probably was gonna be his last day of life before he died.
Yeah, no, yeah, the
Right.
rations were gone, and plus they were on their last day of oxygen, so it wasn't looking
It
pretty
was
good.
do or die, right?
Yeah, so
Right.
But luckily they were showing that all in the trailers. But luckily, all this here happened within the first 15 minutes of the movie. So when they make it back to Earth, and you seeing how the the Krypton, how pissed off he was, he telling them that he lost. And he was telling Captain America he lost. Everybody looking like Captain America and Iron Man, they about to be back
Sorry.
and stuff again. So why they trying to think, think they're gonna hug each other and stuff like that? Iron Man still was like, man, you know what? Fuck you, Cap.
Yeah, he was still salty. Yeah.
They still was salty. And the dynamic about that really brought it to a whole nother level. Like, oh shit, what the hell? They still, because I'm thinking they gonna make up or whatever like that. They made it.
He was still. Mm-hmm.
But he was supposed to be salty. His main subject of being salty was, I told you this was gonna happen.
Yep.
Y'all didn't listen. Everybody
I
had their own
told you.
agenda. You should have signed those papers.
yeah,
Right,
and
when Iron Man was saying, when he went out there and he seen this threat, that's why he was trying to do this.
Right.
right,
Mhm.
That's why he tried to do it the right way.
yeah, and I think that and that's one thing that me and the missus got to do, to check out the check out Iron Man 3. Now I've already seen it, but she didn't. That's the only one that mattered that she didn't get the chance to see, because it made a lot of sense in that movie, even though a lot of people complained about it, about how he was getting prepared. That's why he had all of those, all
the suits.
all those suits. So
Mhm.
he was already preparing for the end game. I mean, he said that. Matter of fact, he said that in Ultron, which was really crazy because my lady had to catch up. So we just seen it like the day or two before we went to go see it at the movies, and so a lot of references that they were talking about really made a lot more sense in Endgame. So it was really cool, man, really cool.
Right. So basically, on Captain America Civil War, when Iron Man and Cap was going at it. So basically, Iron Man was right and Cap was wrong, but nobody wanted to actually, admit up to it. But the way they brought Iron Man into the situation, and they let you know with Thanos, that's why you got Ultron and all these other stuff, and everything was the Easter egg to show you Iron Man was not crazy. He knew what he was talking about, and that's when everybody sitting back at the place and stuff like that, and that's when Captain Marvel talk about let's go get Thanos. Like, this is all this within the first 15 minutes of the movie, the trailers that they showed us. This actually could have been a movie itself. Just this section they scrinched up into 15 minutes. And Captain Marvel, let's go get Thanos. And they was like, okay, let's go get him. And that's when you seen the rest of the Avengers. Tony Stark. Didn't he sit this one out, huh? Because I don't remember seeing him out there when they went to go fight Thanos for the first.
He was still sick.
Yeah, he was still, because he had them things all inside of him. And I think there was like 28 days or 29 days before he got back. I know they were saying like it was like within a month. So when they went out there to go kill Thanos, because they found out where he was, because he used the glove again.
Well, they didn't go to kill him. They went to talk to find out where the stones were. And so, but you can go ahead.
That's when he had snapped, because he had to snap his fingers.
Hey, Lemon.
And by him snapping his fingers that second time, it made the it made a heat signature, like the same heat signature what he did when he snapped his fingers to snap away half of the population. He's people don't know the reason why they had that second heat signature, because he had to do another snap. That's when all of the Avengers that remained went to go out there to go get them. But the thing about it was they were saying like, how fast they was gonna do it. And I want to know what y'all thought about the whole sequence of them going straight after Thanos, like how most people say in movies. Like, oh, why they just don't go kill him right now? Why they just don't go over here and just do this here? And that'll be the end of the movie, but they'll drag it on. So what y'all think about the Russo brothers putting together a scene? This first what we talked about, all the way to the part where they go get Thanos for the first time within the first 15 minutes of the movie, and did exactly what I would say. Let's go just kill him and get it over with. So what y'all think about the thoughts of the Russo brothers being able to bring to y'all, this amount of action in the first 15 minutes of the movie?
Well, it threw me completely off. I think that was where you have the difference in opinion about the movie from some people and others, because it just threw everybody off. Like, whoa, what's going to happen now? Like, Thor he didn't miss. he didn't.
Right. He said I went to hit. He went for the
Yeah.
hit,
He's like, I didn't miss. I hit him in the head. So like what was going on there? It just, that's when the movie to me just turned into something more special, because it didn't just have to all be generalized about action. It was more of the struggle that the Avengers had to go through of defeat, and then having a chance to fix it, and they failed on it. And so that to me, that whole build up on it was just absolutely amazing to me, because it was more talking about the dialogue and wanted to see their struggle and their pain. And to me, I really like that. That's why I think that when some people, they just, they like Infinity War better, it's because it's just the action. But to me, this movie wasn't a mindless, just looking at great CG action fights. And to me, if you had it just like Infinity War was a lot of action, I think it would killed what we seen at the end of the movie, because that right there was the most epic thing that I seen probably that came from the MCU. So I mean, it was pretty spectacular.
It was some mind-blowing stuff,
right?
But because I mean, it tripped me out as well, because the first 15 minutes, the first thing I'm like, damn, what do they do next after they beat Thanos? Because that was a whole end of a movie fight scene, because Captain Marvel came straight in, like they said, oh, we found Thanos, where yet? So she went straight out them, no ifs, ands, or buts, and she got that. She just threw a proton, hit her with a proton beam, and then just bam, ran right into him, and then they hold
no
Thanos
hesitation, no talking, just get to it.
I got a question. Okay, like I got kind of distracted for the first part of the movie. Should I have watched Captain Marvel before I seen this movie, because I didn't know who?
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
you just didn't know who she was, but I mean that's probably it. But
I was right about Captain Marvel from when we had the podcast last time, Triple. I said there's no way that this chick was gonna come through and be Superman.
And I'm glad they didn't focus on her. I thought it was
and
dope.
They damn sure did. And I'm happy I predicted that. I said there's no way the fans is gonna be happy, because they're not tied to that character. She has one movie, and there's no way that she could just come in and be, Superman. And it looked like that at first until he parked that ass, and she never came back.
That was the end of the whole movie. Hey, when Thanos had punched ass with that power stone, I was like, yeah. But before we got
that was crazy. Hey, we'll get there. Go back.
Yeah, because on this opening fight when she laid around there and punched Thanos, and then all of a sudden Thor came through. Then they had the Hulk Buster suit, and everybody hold Thanos down, and Thor just cut his hand off. And like it was just like right there at the beginning. I mean, my mind was almost blown, because when I seen it, it was like one of those epic incidents that you just don't see coming. Because all the thing I was saying is, this was all the stuff I seen in the trailers. This movie's supposed to be 3 hours. This is just the first 15 minutes. Right. Oh my God, what are they gonna do now?
I was a little bit upset by that. I wanted more of a fight right there, because I'm like, this is Thanos we talking about. Like he just was like, chill, like kill me, I don't care. Like his demeanor was a little bit of a put off for me. Because at this point he was just kind of like done with everything, right? And
he was
making breakfast. He's chilling, making breakfast, like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to enjoy his day.
But that's what he was saying in Infinity War. And if you follow those comics, that's all he wanted. He wanted to fulfill his destiny.
Right?
Yeah, because he's a brute, but he's not. He's intellectual. He has a reasoning behind why he wanted to decimate half of the population. Yeah, he just didn't want to just destroy everything, like a dark side.
He eventually did.
Right.
Because he know he lost.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but it's the thing about Thanos. The first one we seen was like an old man Thanos. Like he wasn't a tyrant no more. He was beat down. His whole arm was actually damn near about to fall off because of that second snap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in shape no more. He was just a farmer. He became a civilian basically. So that's why they ran through him right like he wasn't nothing no more, because he wasn't a tyrant that he was when we seen him, and he was still at the end of his game when we first seen him. That was the cool part. He was at his
Galaxy vet, because he definitely was different. But
as he said, the arm almost. I mean, the rings almost killed him. That's why he got home.
On his deathbed. Yeah, he was on his deathbed.
Yeah.
When they killed him in the beginning, I swear to God, it was like a moment of silence in my movie theater I was in.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
everybody looked around
Like,
like
because it was shocking. You're like, wait, what?
What?
You know?
Yo, did this just happen? I said, now who we fighting?
Right.
How about they about to bring Galactus in here?
Yeah.
Yo, he was like, I destroyed the store. I was like,
See, I thought it was gonna do because if you watch Captain Marvel, I thought the enemies from Captain Marvel was gonna show up.
Oh, the scrolls.
Like that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm
no.
like, yo, okay, they finna pivot since
Well,
Thanos is
technically,
dead.
the scrolls are really not the enemy. They're the victims. It's the goddamn
I mean,
Kree.
Oh,
Yes,
it's the Kree.
right,
That's
right.
That's the
That's
Kree.
what I mean.
Yeah,
That's what
Kree.
he meant. But
That's what I meant,
yeah, that's
yeah.
what I thought was gonna happen. I'm like, yo, they killed Thanos in like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Like,
Now, hold on. Remember, Supersonic didn't even see Captain Marvel, so yeah, you
he
go.
don't even know. Yeah, he
Yeah,
pulling.
you already
Okay,
spoiling
okay.
shit. Stop it.
Sorry. And he on the spoiler cast, man. Come
Is
on.
that, is that
true.
movie? Is it
When it
really
comes
a
to
good?
movies, you got a statute of
You
limitations.
need to be
man.
toting it as we speaking.
Hey, the movie's been out.
Multitask.
Yeah, the movie's been out now. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's been
That's what y'all
out.
told me last time. The lot of the movie been out.
You know what's crazy? This is what's crazy. I had some homeboys
Disrespect.
there I grew up with, and he took his kids, and they got the same time tickets I got.
Oh,
So
dang.
he's sitting in the hallway by the bathroom. I said, "Yo, B, what you doing?" He said, "Yo, man, my kids need to see Captain Marvel first." I said, "You picked the day Avengers Endgame come out to go see Captain Marvel?" He said, "Yeah, we got the next show after this show." I was like,
Dang.
"Good
They
luck with
dumped-
that."
Mhm.
That was correct. They binge watching.
That's what 5 straight hours.
Oh my God!
Man.
That oh hell no! Ooh, I thought that was crazy.
But yeah, man, they had me tripped out. But say Delilah, that right there was all the previews they showed us. Like when they were showing Nebula and Tony Stark inside the ship. One thing that was crazy that people don't realize, if you looked at the acting abilities and you looked at Nebula, like she had that look while she was playing a little football game with the little paper. And when she was doing stuff, like she was twitching the way she was moving, like you know how like a little puppy or a little animal, or maybe even a little baby, when you show them something that just blow their mind, that's just amazing. Like she like, oh wow, what what I'm saying,
Wow.
the expressions that she was putting off, and
so
then she
basic.
had the robot mentality. Like it
Right.
was like they went into so much depth, even when Tony Stark was talking into his helmet, and people don't realize that's setting up future things for Tony Stark as like being coming to AI. He backed up. He had 30 days to sit there and talk to this helmet. So he put up a lot of videos to put out for his wife and his daughter and the future Avengers. Tony Stark is a thinker. So he thinking in the future, even if he didn't make it, that's what his plan was right there. So I could see him coming back as an AI.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about the AI part, unless it's something about the comics that I don't know about.
Yeah, he came back as an AI in the comics after Tony Stark died.
Okay.
But you know what they did well in this movie that a lot of people's overlooking. They set the tone, like when Captain America had the meetings, like a veteran meetings of dudes who've been in wars and he was depressed and he had to talk in a group.
Yeah.
They showed them. They showed them.
Female B Shadows in the house.
They
You know what
showed
I'm
them another aspect where they look human and not superhumans. You know what I'm saying? It made you more in touch with the character. Even Nebula, the simple things what Tony Stark was doing with her on that ship when they was alone. She ain't never. That's like some childhood stuff. She was like a brand new kid when he was teaching her those things. They did a great job of giving
Humanizing the characters.
right. That's what I really
It's like,
think.
yo, they're more than just people with superpowers. Like,
Right. Even
it's something more
Professor
to
Hulk. I hated how the Hulk was in this movie once again, but you saw another side that if you read the comic books, you know who Professor Hulk is.
Right.
That's not the fan favorite. Everybody wanted World Breaker Hulk, but
Yeah, the Red Hulk. But,
right.
Yeah.
It's just like they just gave each character its own personality, and what's crazy is they had so many characters to develop and build on in one movie. My big thing was, how was they gonna do this? Keep people's focus, make the movie good, make the plot work, make the end of the movie fantastic, and they pulled it off. That's really in 3 hours. I mean, it was entertaining from beginning to end.
That movie was long, but it was, and like you said, it went by fast.
Yeah, it didn't feel long.
So entertaining.
Right. There's only a few series that touch that 3 hour mark, which kept you entertained, like Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit. You entertained through the whole movie. The soap opera moments, the action moments, the drama moments.
I like how they gave every character like their own camera time
Right.
too. Like you can really
They did a
emotionally
good job.
see, what everybody was kind of going through. You can see everyone's perspective. I think with the one person they didn't spend too much time on, which I was a little bit disappointed in. And basically because Don Cheadle is one of my favorite actors, was War Machine. Like I wanted them to spend a little bit more time with that character, but they didn't. It's all good.
They gave him they gave him a little shine, but you right, they should have gave him a little bit more.
Because they gave, I mean, Ant-Man, he had a stronger purpose. So I understand why they gave him a bunch of camera time, but I wanted to see more of War Machine.
Right.
Well, War Machine is going to have his own show, so
right.
I mean, his own movie.
When they was fighting,
I get it. I get it. I get it. It's just, like I prefaced it with like I'm biased, because I love Don Cheadle. So
I love Don Cheadle. He did a movie, Brooklyn something, in my neighborhood. So I'm always gonna love him for that. Employing the dudes in the hood, giving them cameos.
Hey man, off subject, just a tiny bit. This is crazy. Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say it was about Don Cheadle. It was really funny because my old lady, she really likes Golden Girls, right? And so we were just having a conversation. I'm like, yeah, when did the Golden Girls ever go off or whatever? Then we come to find out that the Golden Girls had like 2 or 3 spinoffs. And there was one spinoff that had a young Donald Cheadle in there with a couple of the Golden Girls that because they broke up and then they got a hotel. They owned a hotel and he was like the man. He was like the hotel manager. And it was really funny because just looking at him, how young he was in the early 90s, that was just really crazy to me. And just see where his career has gone from then to now is pretty epic, man. So, and then he's supposed to be getting his own movie too. It's going to be dope, man. It's going to be really dope.
He gonna get his. That's a good thing about it, he funny too, because he be saying some funny stuff sometimes. You gotta pay attention. He like one to hit you with that smooth, soft, straight, like how Supersonic Station do, like how he hit you and it be flat, but at the same time it just be so hilarious. But they do, but like Lemon was saying earlier though, how they humanize people, how they really suck you into it when they said 5 years later, like they paused it and they let you know that it really sunk in, like how you said with Captain America, how he's sitting up there having a support group, and you're looking at the toll that it's taking on all the different Avengers, like how Thor just became like he just kind of like gave up on life and just sitting around and like you're saying he like fuck it, he lost, and he and he couldn't accept to be him actually losing. You got that's when they showed Professor Hawkeye, but he was actually improving himself because he had this situation already going on, and he figured like if he would have actually looked at his situation from a different angle, he probably could have did more. So he actually improved himself, like the way they did like you said, the character development and how they just brought everybody together and how they brought Ant-Man into the situation when the Black Widow and Captain America thought it was hopeless, it was over with, but they were still trying to hold on. She was still trying to see if anything they could do when she trying to talk to the Wakandas and Captain Marvel. And I'm glad Captain Marvel was like, she got all these other billions of planets to go and we like, bye, bitch.
Well, see, I didn't feel like that, so it's like y'all are trap.
I like Captain Marvel.
I like Captain Marvel, but at the same time, I like to talk shit about Captain Marvel. But
I'm gonna tell you something I might not pay attention to.
She throwing back.
Did you peep the Wonder Woman don't matter moment at the end of the movie where Spider-Man doing everything he can to get this gauntlet to where he needed to get it to, so Captain Marvel takes it, and then you seen like the super GWG moment pop up with all the women get we're gonna help her. I was like, yes,
that was
Wonder Woman's dead.
That was so like forced though. I hated that scene because it wasn't organic enough for me. It didn't happen seamlessly enough for me.
Maybe because you're a woman. I felt like it was empowering.
Yeah. It was fantastic. No. That's what they was going for. But what I'm saying is, I thought to me it just felt forced as a woman. Like I wanted it to happen a bit more natural. She has help and all this. It's like stop.
To shut down Wonder Woman, and they had all the women power. Women power.
I didn't even look at it like that. But they basically y'all got one. DC don't even.
That is kind of
only one person. And it was like, no, she's not. She has us. We're all gonna help her get there. And all the women took off and kicked ass.
Man,
That's what I'm
that's
talking
what you
about.
call the A team. No, that's what they was when
Right.
all the women
Awesome.
got together. They got a common line called the A team. They did Easter egg on top of Easter eggs in this movie.
Right, and the fact that they, of course, all the women were diverse, and that,
Yeah, that was true too.
Yes.
I really
No,
dug
look,
that.
I see it from both ends. Like I see the empowering part they were going for with that scene, but like I said, it just didn't feel natural enough to me. Like
No,
it's
Oh
like,
no, it was forced.
yeah, that's what I'm
hey, no,
saying.
no,
Like
no,
it was just
It was a
too
Jay-Z subliminal.
right. It wasn't even subliminal though, boss. It was like all in. Like
Yeah.
all the women,
Yeah.
y'all come over here and say something together. Like
Yeah.
that's how it felt.
hey,
It
no,
whooped some
what
ass.
it was. It was a poster shot. See, people,
Yeah.
that's why it side out
Yeah.
like that because it's an actual poster shot that's in the movie. So they got together like it's a poster shot. So I mean, and they got people don't know they do this in Marvel movies where they got your poster shots. It kind of sits out a little bit like that. It's intentional, and you got a splash screen. Now the splash screen is if people don't know, it's like in the comic book when you open up in the middle, they have one side running into the other side, like on the X-Men 90s cartoon when they were like dun, 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 dun,
Right.
and so everybody running into each other. Same thing they did on Captain America. They always got a splash screen where they take everybody and they start running toward each other. That's what what I'm saying. So they have to do those quirky scenes, but they do them in the spirit of like what I'm saying, as a wink to the people that
Well,
read the
I
comic
mean,
book.
I get it. It was just pet peeve with me just looking at it from the outside. Like,
I mean, yeah,
I mean, it's
I
kind of
understand.
like photo op. I get it, but
No, but it wasn't just a photo op, Delilah. It was awesome once they start going out there whooping
oh
ass.
yeah, oh they was
Right,
dope.
It was
yeah.
All
awesome.
every
It was
every
dope.
character,
They
and,
may
and
have been punching in punchlines or whatever, but when they took off with that gauntlet, they
yeah.
tore ass
All right,
for a
so
football
we
field.
y'all know we got to back up a little bit, right? Because we got to
Yeah, we
talk
got back
about
a little
how
bit.
when they were like chilling before the whole hour fight scene at the end was when they were talking about the Infinity Stones and how they went back in time like 2014, 2012. I thought that was so fire.
Right, that was
Like the way
dope.
they did that, and then like even if you hadn't seen the previous movies, they tried to kind of explain it a little bit about the stones and like where they're located and how they're gonna go about trying to get them. I thought the build up was fantastic.
Right,
It
and
was.
the setup between, like, I like when they showed the little interactions that was from different parts of the movie of some of the movies that these characters had, and just like when Loki was there, he came out of the elevator just after when he got slammed by the Hulk and all that, and then then he was looking like, what the hell is going on here? Why is there why is that there are two Tony Starks there? And then the probably the coldest thing for me was when Cap was in the elevator, like in Winter Soldier, and then
He was like Hell Hydra.
yeah, he said Hell
That was
Hydra,
so
like,
good.
oh,
Yeah, that was so
that was
good.
so
Yeah.
tight. That was so dope.
And
But
then
then
like the
he
Hulk
ran
taking
into
the
it.
stairs, he
Right.
was super pissed that he had to always take the stairs. He kind of derailed the plan. I thought that was fire too.
Yeah,
That was
it
funny.
really cool.
That was a
Yeah,
comic book moment when he said Hell Hydra, because they have a comic line where Captain
yeah,
America.
like everybody in the theater went, oh, like, because
Yeah.
I mean, if Winter Soldier is still people's most favorite, is one of their more favorite MCU movie, because I mean
Yeah.
that movie just was so damn dope. But then like with the Guardians and all of that tie-in, and then that's when you seen that where the young ambitious Thanos ran and was like, hey, what's going on here? And then it was just so cool. And then you seen, like, because I thought everybody was trying to figure out, I know I was trying to figure out, like, maybe it has to do something with the Soul Stone of why Gamora is going to make a comeback or something, or what's going on, because they say that she's slated to come in Guardians 3, but now we actually see
who it is. Yes.
who it is. Yeah, so
That's a older version of a.
Right.
yeah. So it
I
very
thought that was
smart
super
done.
slick the way they brought her back into the movie, like, because we all know she died. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
dope that it's like this gonna be Gamora, but it's not gonna be like the Gamora we know.
Right.
They're gonna be the
So-
Gamora that's in love with my man
That's
Star
right.
Lord,
That's
Right.
right. Yeah.
And it's also
and she violated him. This
And
is
we
the
still
one.
She
gotta
sure
find out.
did.
Yeah, she sure did. And we're gonna find out what's gonna happen with Scarlett Johansson and with Black Widow, and then with Red Skull, because they're slated. They're having, like, with Red Skull is supposed to be coming back, and of course Black Widow is going to have her own movie, so there's got to be some kind of tie-in in some of these movies that's coming out that's gonna throw it in and explain what happened with that Soul Stone, because maybe something happened during that time when the towards the end. We'll get into that, but it's just really cool. But the one thing I wanted to talk about too was what it all sets up for the future of the MCU for this next phase, because it was so many years in the future that like everybody, like it was crazy to see Ant-Man's daughter and she was a teenager.
Right.
And then like
How
everybody
do you explain Spider-Man though? Right. I mean, think about this here. Spider-Man is in high school. Half of the population gets snapped away, but when he come back, half of the population that went on 5 years and they out of school, and the other half.
See, you gotta remember, it doesn't feel like 5 years for everybody else.
Right.
It feels like 5 hours for everybody else.
Right. Yeah. Right. What I'm saying. So think about it. The people that was still here, I mean, through this 5 year period, they still had to go to school. They still had to do something. They still getting older.
Right.
The people that got snapped away when they come back,
they're gonna have to explain that. I mean, you're right. They glossed over that. You know, they're gonna have to explain.
They really didn't. Remember what the Tom lady said. I don't know her title, but remember what she said. When y'all put those stones back, it's gonna separate a different alternate reality.
Yeah, that's true.
And she
did say that.
Which is cool, because that's what kind of set things in motion. Because when she looked back, because thank goodness I watched Doctor Strange.
I know that was such a good twist.
A couple of days before the movie, because I just kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to be into Doctor Strange, but then found out that movie was excellent.
Yeah.
But that also when she finally gave the stone to Hulk, she was like, oh, she said maybe I
made a mistake. Yep.
And he's supposed to be the greatest of them all. Alive. And then what this sets up is that since the people that were still alive that didn't die, I'm kind of looking forward to what they're going to do with Captain Marvel with her homegirl's daughter, which most likely on. And so it's all getting set up, man. They're going to explain it, but I'm excited.
I mean, but they never called Captain Marvel in the movie, so who knows what they're going to do with her. But it's the ancient one that had to fight with the Hulk. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That was on Doctor Strange, but the one that had to fight with the Hulk when he was trying to get the time stone from her.
Oh yeah, when she separated the banner from the Hulk.
Man,
that was so sick.
He thought he was gonna beat her ass. He showed up.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, like don't test me.
Don't make me do this."
I got
she
a
makes him
question.
in one move, right? Boom, one hit.
So I just seen the new Spider-Man trailer. What's the next Spider-Man movie called? Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah.
So if Spider-Man was gone for all that time, his friends still the same age as he was.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense to me.
This is going to be something. I think they're going to change. There's a reasoning why. I mean, I know a lot of people are questioning that too. I think that there's going to be something that's going to tie back into maybe this was a past situation before.
And they're gonna have to fix that. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to figure that out because it's a little
Marvel
weird.
always got a game plan.
Yeah,
they don't do anything without a game plan. They don't just make movie per movie. Only movie they did that with was Captain Marvel. The rest of this has all been in the 10-year game plan. So whatever they're gonna talk about, they did say after Spider-Man, which they moved the date up into July. They did say you will know the future of the MCU after Spider-Man. They did say
they're moving to phase 4, right?
Yeah, they already said it. Nothing before then.
Right. That's why I think Spider-Man is a prequel to. I mean, like, think about this here. When y'all see Spider-Man when he came in on Infinity War, right? They was on the school bus, like they was coming from a school trip, right?
Right.
Think about it. The whole Spider-Man movie could be set, and then them coming back on the school bus is the start of Endgame. So that's where they could have their whole in it.
You do know that the Far From Home is right after Endgame, like days.
Yeah, it's literally
days after Endgame. It's not no big 2 years.
Right,
it's days after Endgame.
The thing, Lemon. In Endgame, when Thanos snapped them fingers to the point of when they went killed Thanos, right? After that was 30 days. And from after they killed Thanos that first time, they all went and lived their life. And it said 5 years.
No, I get that. What I'm telling you is Far From Home story. I understand. Me and you both know that you're right. But I said Far From Home is right after
after Endgame.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm telling you, that movie is days after Endgame.
That makes no sense then to me.
It doesn't, but they're going to have to explain it.
They're gonna clean that up. That's only hole in the story. Like really,
But that's
the
a
only
good
hope.
thing though, because if we already knew, then I do love. I liked what Delilah said earlier. Is that like they are really they're masterful at not releasing anything that was going to like what they did before Ragnarok. Like that was a complete trip. Like what the hell? Like she was standing in the alley breaking.
No, like and check this out though. Like what I felt like even after watching Endgame, the fact that they didn't have any end credits was like so definitive. Like you knew, like okay, this story is over. Like this whole thing is done. Like it felt so definitive, and so, man, it makes me excited for Spider-Man now, since Lemon say that like they got to wrap that up. They got to close all these holes, these loopholes in the story. I mean, that's one gaping hole. Like
it is. You know what? We don't even care. We just want to see how
we don't. I don't care. I don't care.
And it's intentional because it didn't have to put Far From Home days after Endgame. They didn't have to do that. So it must be a reason.
Right.
And the big
that might be the whole setup for Phase 4.
Come out and say we're not doing. You won't know nothing about Phase 4 till Spider-Man Far From Home. That's your answer. So we're gonna find out then.
Yeah, probably. And then also the one thing too is the one question that me and the old lady was talking about this too is that, hey, look, this is where I think now the writing and the scripts and all of this is got to be top notch, because now you're starting to get into characters that nobody hasn't heard of.
Right.
When you're talking about the Eternals and then you go into the rest of the cast the rest of the characters.
And then what about the actors? Like these actors got to be on point with it. Like
it's going to be one. So
that's the only person. Hey, we got Sir X-Man in the building, man. What's good with you, homie?
Oh, what's up?
Yes, the Battlefield bum. I mean, veteran.
Oh, my boy just coming in here, just talking. I just got through watching Endgame with the boys. We went up there. I'm upset because there was no special thing through the whole credits. We sat all the way through the end.
Definitive. We just was talking about that.
Definitive ending, though.
Definitive. It means it's over.
I was listening, but they did leave some loose ends. They really did. Yeah, they did. I agree with Lemon for the first time. They did.
That's good.
But it's something on this panel nobody's mentioned yet. They got a whole new phase of X-Men stuff.
Right. They got
so much stuff to work with. We got another 10 years of stories with those.
Because they gotta do a Rogue and Captain Marvel. They gotta do a Rogue.
That's the thing. That's the line with where you go into the Secret Wars. Then you have the Fantastic Four. Then I think where it's gonna be, who is going to be the main villain. I think Galactus is going to be that main villain, but Doom is up there in a higher tier when it comes to
intellectual genius. An intellectual genius who also ends up with the gauntlet in the comic books.
Right. Doom is serious. Doom is serious.
What's her name? Black Panther ends up with the gauntlet because they say he's the most responsible and would never use it. It's been passed around. But you know what?
I don't is a mother.
I don't think they're gonna do Secret Wars. K-Mega.
Can anybody hear me up in here?
Yeah, we hear you.
That is super hardcore.
They could do it.
Super hardcore. I know they can do it, but they would have to do it. They can't do it for the comic book people.
This is why I say this. Savage, I hear you, but I'm just going to say this one point. Is this right here? This is why they're going to do it. It's because they're bringing in the Immortals. They're bringing in all these intergalactic beings. And then what it has to do is tie in with Nova Prime, with the Guardians, and all of those other, and then plus the fact that
Adam Warlock.
Yeah, and with all of those guys with their
Nova Corps.
Yeah, with Nova Corps and all that. And what that does is that now you're starting a different phase with these new characters that they're going to be bringing in, is that they're meta-humans. And what else is, and you know what I'm saying? And this is going to be the new resurgent of the meta-human. So why not it be the perfect chance to introduce the X-Men? You know what I'm saying? So because to show that there's been a whole society of these not only alien Inhumans, but the meta-humans. And you just tie all of this in, and this which will most likely start the Secret Wars.
Hey, K-Mega.
Hey, let me throw.
I got a thought.
Let me throw.
Can I just real quick? Dark Phoenix is coming out, right?
Right.
You never know, and she's going to be doing interactions in space. So you never know how they're going to throw this to tie in with the other Marvel
Did you
universe.
guys see the trailer? Did you see the big trailer that they had that they showed?
Oh yeah,
They
it's
don't have no
gorgeous.
dealings with the movie. They not even.
They didn't make it. It just don't have nothing to do with it. We got.
I know, but it seemed like to me that there could be definitely a tie-in somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because that long ass trailer that they showed before Endgame was awesome. Like it said, the end of the X-Men. The X-Men are done. So what would be great to kind of restart the MCU version of X-Men after Dark Phoenix is basically killed the majority of them or a lot of them. You see what I'm saying? And then they kind of reboot it to something of their likeness. But I do think that I don't think Marvel is not going to is going to avoid the Secret Wars. I just don't. I think it's their Civil War. I think that it's perfect for them.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Savage ain't saying anything. Savage been trying to talk.
I just want to see them outdo themselves. So I don't know what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that boat with you, but I'm like, man, Kevin Feige, I got to give it to them. They is the best at it. I mean, think about this here: when you have Black Widow and Hawkeye in his moment when it was at the I forgot the island. I forgot the name of that planet they was at. We had the
Soul Stone.
They had Soul Stone, and they had to jump. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to sacrifice themselves, and everybody was like, okay, is it gonna be Hawkeye? It's gonna be Hawkeye, and he like, yeah, I'm gonna jump and stuff like that. And Black Widow, she gonna tell him that, oh, I'm not gonna doing it. I'm just trying to talk you out of doing it. And the whole time she trying to get the opportunity so she can go do it because said something about in her past it was so bad that she felt like this was gonna really redeem her. Because that's the reason why she really wanted to do it. Hawkeye, it made more sense from the state because he had a family to raise.
Right.
He wanted a redemption. So my thoughts is, what do y'all think that Black Widow should have been a person? Because I really like Black Widow, and y'all think Hawkeye should have actually been the person that jumped?
No, I feel like they did it right because I mean, with Hawkeye having a family, I feel like it only served it right. Like, no.
Yeah, but
because who Natasha got other than
go ahead.
Like she really doesn't have anybody. Like she have just them. So
hey guys, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, you was going. Go ahead. I'll let you go and finish up.
No, I was just saying, like, I feel like they chose the right person to be sacrificed for the Soul Stone.
All right. Now I thought Bucky, when he gave the shield to the flying guy, I thought Bucky was supposed to be the new Captain America.
Right.
Did he say the flying guy?
Yeah,
I forget his name.
He got no name.
I forget his name, dude. I'm sorry. Falcon. Yeah, Falcon. But Bucky was supposed to be the next Cap, right?
No,
Falcon gets it too, though.
Falcon gets it. Falcon gets it.
They both have a shot at it.
Right. It's really cool how they did that because the only twist between the comics and what you've seen in the movies was that Cap was on his deathbed, gotten old because he had this fight and somebody hit him with this shit to make him lose, to make him grow old. But he did that thing, where he was old or whatever, and but regardless, he still handled the shield to Falcon. And I didn't think they were going to do it either. But what it got me excited for is that they're now going to go to do the White Wolf, which I think that would have been perfect. That's perfect for Bucky, and that gives better tie-ins to Black Panther. And hopefully Sony will go ahead and let Marvel bring in Kraven the Hunter, which that ties in with Spider-Man and with Black Panther, and then you got Storm.
But K-Mega. The Winter Soldier has the super serum. You've seen him battle and handle Captain America's shield. He can handle his shield without a problem.
I understand.
Listen to what we told you in the beginning. They both get a shot in the comic books. It's not a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
They both get a shot.
Yeah.
But I got a question for you, K-Mega.
Yeah.
When your man grew old and was a senior citizen, was you crying? Was you crying?
I held it back. I held it back.
My
boy
boy
lived those 35 years.
He's a Cap man.
Look.
First thing I saw, I said, "Oh,
if he went out like Tony, if he went out like Tony, I'll just have to man up and just say, look, man, I would shed some tears, bro, because Tony went out like a G, and I like the way Cap went out, but I was waiting for it. I thought it was about to go down when that shield was getting cracked, and I was like, oh my God.
thought Thanos was gonna kill him.
Thanos was whooping everybody though. He was beating everybody down.
Yeah,
but Cap gave
I'm
him the
gonna say
biggest
this, I'm
fight
gonna
out
say
of
this for the
all of
record.
them.
Yeah.
And people have to understand this. Thanos in this movie is supercharged. Just for the record. That Thanos in the comic book could not fight the Avengers without that glove. Not like that. Even though I enjoyed watching him battle back and be like a super deluxe, superhuman, super alien, super villain, he couldn't fight Thor one-on-one like that without that glove.
Scarlet Witch fucked him up.
Yo,
Yo.
he really is. Yeah.
Hey, did y'all ever notice? Because when we in our other discussions, we were talking about, we were saying the Hulk was going to be the man to take him out. Hulk didn't do nothing.
You know what?
You just was the one that set it off because he put the glove in his gamma energy.
No, he did his psychological scientist part, but we wanted to see him put the smack down.
He was already hurt though. He was hurt though.
He was hurt. He was
They always find some
perfectly.
Just like in the last one, they always find some way for the Hulk not to beat Thanos. He wins out in the last one, and then he gets hurt in this one and has a brain now.
You know why, though, right? You know why? Because Universal's petty. They won't give my character back to where he belongs. So Disney is petty, too. They're like, okay, we're going to use him, but he ain't going to be the star.
And you know what? I can believe that.
No, but that's what it is. They had a big debate about this.
Y'all forgetting one cool scene in that whole movie, though, that was just kind of like lights out.
In the diner?
Nah, man. It was Captain America and Thor's hammer.
Oh, yeah. That
was
I got a question, but how does Captain America have Thor's powers? Like, I didn't understand that.
He has virtue, so he can hold the hammer. He's worthy.
He became worthy. Leave it alone. That's it.
I got something you guys didn't think about.
It's a super moment.
Well, how is he shooting lightning?
I mean, he actually hold a hammer in the comic books.
Yeah,
he did hold a hammer, but he didn't use no electricity. But I ain't gonna go through it. We're not gonna do that. It was one of the superhero moments that had everybody cheering. Nobody cared if it happened or not in the
that was
nobody cared.
That job was dope.
I said Cap. Yeah,
that was epic.
Something else, Captain America. Now
the last Avengers movie, Captain America didn't pick up the hammer when they was all trying to pick it up. Everybody else did, but he wasn't worthy.
He was the only one that moved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they try to play it off. Like, if you look back at that scene, if you go back to the previous movie, you look at that scene where he's lifting the hammer, it actually moves. And that's when you see Thor's face, like, kind of gets blank. And, like,
and he said, you get the little one.
Yeah.
Look. If the best part of him using Mjolnir, don't say that 3 times in a row.
Millionaire.
It was when Cap threw his shield and threw Mjolnir past Thanos.
And then Boomerang and bang back right behind his back.
Yo, I was finished after that. And y'all gotta realize I saw the movie again today for the second time.
Yeah, me too. It's very vivid. It's very vivid in my mind. I saw it yesterday.
Did y'all notice this in the movie? Loki's still alive because Loki took that thing and left.
He took it and bounced.
He bounced.
That's where they messed up at. Because if he took the Tesseract,
but Loki has his own movies coming too.
Yeah, he got his own show coming.
That's the thing.
But how did he steal the Tesseract and bounce? And they still got it.
They changed the timeline.
They went to 1970.
They put them back.
They went to 1970 and got the other one. Got it before.
That's right. Because Loki broke out. So he's not dead now anyway. Because past Loki, it's not future Loki. That's why Loki died. Just like Gamora.
But here's the twist.
Represented by their past characters now.
Thanos came back from his past. So technically, how can he come back through the future?
No, he's done.
And die. But then all this other stuff happened. There's a lot of messed up time slips.
Where did you watch the same movie that I watched?
I don't know if he watched the same movie.
I just saw it. The Thanos that went into the future was the Thanos that came from
2014.
When Gamora,
that was 2014 Thanos
brought him back.
See, this is what happens when you're older. You got to use your cataract drops.
I ain't got to use no daggone cataract drops, you young whippersnapper. No,
Yeah, that's
listen.
what happened. It's past.
No. Okay, if it's past, then okay. Just like what's her name? Because since not Gamora. What's her name again? God damn it, I'm so tired.
You saw the movie? Did you
I
No.
see the
just
movie?
got through. I just got through
No, you was
seeing
watching
it.
it on Cody. That's the
I
part.
didn't watch it on Cody.
Walking past
I
the
was sitting there with
camera.
my boys in the theater watching on the giant
Y'all
screen and said, "I
silly.
want that
Was
in
you
my house."
tired? Was
I'm
you
watching
tired?
on Cody after
On
this.
that day?
No, what I'm saying is
Okay.
this. All right, if he's from 2014,
Right.
but his past self comes into the future, and then he gets wiped out before he wipes everybody out. How does that
He was
come back
already.
around?
He died in the present. He died in the present.
Preach.
And he died in the present. And then when they went and then started changing the timeline, see, that's why when Cap said, "Look, we only got one chance at this," because they didn't have enough of those little things. But if you remember, when they went back to the 70s, Cap grabbed a couple of those things, and Thanos took one of those things. So therefore, what happened was that when that's why they had Old Girl and they looked and he seen how his demise was in the future. So
right, because they connected to the next.
My stuff.
But
Right.
that's what made him go left and say, "I'm just going to start from scratch."
Yeah, right.
Because he know he messed up. What he wanted to do wasn't going to work.
He didn't start from scratch. This is what he did. He went when it was in the past. The Nebula, the network was intertwined with each other. It was a quantum entanglement.
Right.
He was able to see everything that happened.
Yeah,
so he said he's not going to change the present.
Which was
which
was Thanos
to the future
from the get.
Everything that happened in the present still happened. They didn't change nothing that happened in the present.
Right.
The Thanos from the past that came to the future when he got snapped. They snapped him, and you know what I'm saying, they snapped that whole breakaway timeline that he made was when he seen in Nebula headset to show him all the events. So they snapped everybody, got that part, everything snapped away from them. But the whole 5-year event when he snapped his hands the first time, everything that happened, all that still happened.
And check it out,
so they just reset it.
And check this out, that the MCU now has kind of did what Days of Future Past did with the X-Men.
Restarted it all.
Set their own canon now. You know what I'm saying? They can
Star Trek. The last Star Trek did the same thing.
Yeah, so they could kind of.
But that was explainable though. You can actually catch that.
Let me explain the timeline. Let me explain the
timeline. Hold on. First of all, this is what made Thanos go genocidal. He said, and we have to pay attention to his words. We know he's an intellect. He said, they're trying to undo something I did in the future. So I messed up. I got to go change it. Remember when he came out and he said, I'm waiting? And then he walked around and he was explaining, this is what I need to do.
Right,
I
don't need to do half. I need to snap everybody out of here.
No, he didn't say everybody.
He said every atom. He said every atom.
That's right. That's everybody.
He's saying he will go snap the 50%.
And he was gonna kill everybody. He didn't care.
Stay there.
Nope.
He wanted to be a god.
And then somebody, I forgot which character said it. You just gonna wipe everybody out? He said they won't know.
Yeah,
he like nobody don't care.
He was gonna wipe
their and make them grateful for him snapping half of the population away. He say instead of just snapping them away, he gonna make sure that everybody that's still there gonna be grateful for the snap. He like, I'm gonna change their mindset too. But this was the thing. When before he did the snap, the whole thing of it is the old Thanos was looking at the whole timeline and he said, we're not messing with this here. We succeeded, we won. So I'm just gonna let them in the future, when they go back to the future and try to unsnap it from the future, I'm gonna just go to that point and capitalize on them. And what he said he messed up at was not what he did, was he messed up when he snapped his finger, is to make the 50% that's left to be obedient, as in be grateful.
No, I thought he was talking about destroying. He was putting it all down to an atom. He said,
he's just trying to go rebuild the atoms. He said he was going to rebuild the atoms.
That was from scratch, Triple.
He's like, that's it. He taking everybody out. He was like, thank you for telling me that I got to kill everybody because nobody going to appreciate what I've done.
That's why he was like, I never took it personal when I did this. It's just business. But for this, I'm going to have great joy, great pleasure.
Right.
Great pleasure.
He broke it all the way down.
was,
yeah.
That
gotta
Thanos
realize-
was a motherfucking G.
Intellect.
No,
Yeah.
hey,
Huge intellect. Because remember, even his scientists, that the magician dude, when they was watching it, oh, this is a glitch. This is this. He says, no, this happened. This is not a glitch. This is memories.
He's like, I won. He's like,
Right.
I actually
He said,
won.
I'll beat them. Right.
Did y'all notice there was one part of the movie where Thanos got scared when he saw everybody come through those time portals by what's his name, and he was like, "Holy
Nah,
shit!"
he kind of
Oh my, whoa,
and he
whoa,
beat Abomination ass, and Abomination got back up.
him
I
up.
was like, damn, I got
Yeah,
still
but
fight
Scarlet
this
Witch
dude.
said you took everything from me. He was like, I don't even know you.
Right.
Who are you?
He like, who are all these people?
Whoa.
You jumped ahead, buddy.
She started fucking him
Yo,
up.
this the
bad.
first movie. This the first movie I've ever been in. This, I swear to God, man. This was a chick in front of me. She was like a super deluxe nerd. So I'm telling my man who next to me, he's a goddamn novice. I'm trying to whisper to him and keep him up to speed. I made him do like an Avengers Marvel marathon last week, so he could keep up a little bit. Homegirl was like, he know what he's talking about. She was giving me high fives, and people next to us all high fiving. Yo, I've never been in a movie theater doing that, especially when you're in the middle of the hood. People don't get along. People was it was crazy. This movie was epic, man. Epic.
I'm glad I went today because it wasn't hardly nobody in the theater. I could enjoy the
That's
whole
why
thing.
you don't
It was
know
awesome.
shit.
Dude, I know my Marvel
Shoot,
shit,
I
so
had to
don't
see it
even go there.
again. I had to
Yeah,
see
I
it
got to
twice.
see
I
it.
I
couldn't
know,
see it
me
in
too.
theater.
I
Me
saw
too.
more
Definitely gonna see it again.
the second time than I did the first time. My
Now, this time I'm
I
gonna
like,
code
man,
it.
I liked it. I liked it the first time, of course, because first experience is always great. But I got to really dissect it the second time I watched it.
Yeah, because you
What
know
what
Yeah.
did you guys think about Big Lebowski Thor? Did you like the
I loved
comedy?
it.
Oh
love
my
it.
God, I was like, holy
As a
shit.
big
what?
guy, I loved it.
Like Thor,
first
I mean, I'm indifferent because I like the eye candy, of course, clearly.
Oh
you
boy.
But
should. Don't make me
but
call your husband.
all I'm saying is I feel like his personality, like he got weak on me. Like I
He was
expected him to be
mentally weak.
stronger. Like
Failed.
Well,
He failed.
he did.
he was like
Captain
depressed
America was
and
weak.
just.
I mean,
Captain
he
America was
never
weak.
experienced a loss before, so he
He
went
lied to-
life
Right.
without.
He look. Go
But
ahead.
he have because he witnessed his mom dying. Like he
Yeah,
went through he been through a lot. Like he's
But
seen a lot.
that movie,
No. Not
every Avenger movie, they won at the end. They
I'm talking
lost
about Thor.
completely.
Yeah, he
No,
lost.
they all lost. Even
He
in
look-
all movies, of course he get defeated at first. Godzilla gets defeated in the beginning, and he come back and whoop ass.
Yeah, I get it, but I
They
just
lost.
I can't wait for
I didn't
that.
really care. I didn't care for his demeanor. Like he just. I'm like I wanted to tell him, man up, man, grow up here, man, get out of there.
Oh, that's what
Like,
I think Rocky told him. Rocky slapped the shit out of him, talking about man up. You
Right.
know, when he was trying to see his mom.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
but you know what though, he did redeem himself toward the end of the movie when
Yes,
he
did. He turned to a
when he
Yo.
braided his beard.
Yeah,
Like I thought that was so sick.
He never
Yeah.
lost that belly.
He
He
though.
was
looked like
Yeah, he
fat
started growing hair,
bastard from
yeah.
what's
Yeah,
his
he
name?
did. He did.
He looked like fat bastard
No, he
in
wasn't
my
big as
belly.
fat
He wasn't that big.
In my
though. He
belly,
wasn't that
almost.
big.
He was getting there.
Hey, he was
Milner
too. I
and,
mean,
what's the other one named? Milner and Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
what was cool
God.
though,
Yeah.
it's like when
He
he
won, hit
When
him
he
with
had them both,
he
I'm like,
the other one
man.
caught both back. I said, yo.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
they good at orchestrating the
Right.
fight scenes, man. Like
Oh,
they
it
was on point. Because my favorite one was still was Captain America with Mjolnir, obviously said. But yeah,
that was sick. That
that
was
was
Yeah,
my
but
favorite.
then
'Cause I was
think
like, yo,
about
he was destroying Thanos.
When he
Oh.
threw
he was playing
Stormbreaker
like he was playing
and
ping
Thanos
pong.
fought
Mhm.
Stormbreaker with Thor. I said, yo, what just happened?
yeah, that was crazy.
He started spinning it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, he
yeah.
started that that lightning. I said, you Cap, the man.
You know what's crazy? You see Cap got more skills than Thor hand to hand because he was doing backflips,
Mhm.
heel kicks, all kind of Chun-Li shit.
But Cap is, you know what I'm saying, but he's a martial artist in a way, you know what I'm saying? He's skilled with his hands. Thor is more just power and
right.
Power.
He
just straight
Thor-
brute.
He don't have no skills with his
I
hands.
said Thor ain't never wield Mjolnir like that.
Oh, Cap was
Yeah.
twirling that shit like, whoa.
He was using the shield and the hammer, man.
Yeah.
What they should have explained in those movies is what the hell was Thanos' double sword made out of? because that shit got to be like some
Oh,
super.
yeah,
It broke it. Oh yeah, it broke the
Yeah,
vibranium.
until Witch destroyed it, until she started breaking it down. Like, yeah, before it
Iron
was
Man
just,
hit him with those
oh man, like
repulsor blast, and he started spinning that shit like Wonder Woman, and that shit was reflecting all those beams. I said, "What is that shit made out of?"
right?
Well, if I'm right, that sword, his sword was made out of the same stuff that Thor's hammer's made out of. That's the only thing that could probably break that vibranium. Yeah,
That would the only thing would make sense.
yeah.
That's the only thing that would make sense.
I thought it was really dope when Tony Stark's and Pepper was together in the suits. I thought that was
man, yeah, that was a great scene.
What
about Spider-Man's suit though? Spider-Man's suit was sick too.
Yeah, Spider-Man sick. Yeah.
We went to kill mode.
Hey, so can Thor's hammer transcend time and go back to where Thor stole it from the past?
I don't know.
Don't know.
See what I'm saying? That's another loop.
You think
He going too deep. He going too deep.
I gotta go deep. Come on, if I don't,
Captain America. At the end of the movie, when Captain America, when he was tasked to go take everything back to the past, stones. I think he had the hammer with him.
Yeah.
No, he took the hammer.
He took the hammer to put it back. Okay.
His mom, he was like, hold on, wait a minute, and then he threw his hand up, and he's like, it's gonna take a minute. Hold on.
Thanks for reminding me. I didn't remember that part. Yeah, because it was such a quick scene when he went back.
So you
was falling asleep. That's what it was.
Cataract drops.
I wasn't
Or
sleeping.
maybe that weak ass bladder took you to the bathroom. You missed
Whatever. I didn't have no Mountain Dew today, so I'm good.
All right.
That's a 3-hour movie. I knew not
right.
to do no Mountain Dew.
Just dawned on me. Cap took the hammer back.
Hey, so what was y'all favorite team up?
See, you missed that part too, Delilah.
Yeah, I did. I just thought about it.
So it ain't just me, nah.
My favorite team up was the women. I mean, everybody's gonna pick the last battle with Iron Man, Thor, and Cap, but I thought the women was dope, man. When they ran that video,
especially Scarlet Witch. Oh my God, she was awesome.
No. It was with Thanos theater ass though. You took everything from me, and she was mad heated, and he was walking by that bitch.
He had to cheat to beat it though. He had to get
he had to call on some people.
He had to call in the shit.
Yeah,
y'all stop shooting down on these jokers. He's like, what about our troops?
I have to say, is Captain Marvel. That other Cap is my favorite, of course, because Cap is my dude. But Captain Marvel coming through out of the sky, it looked like lightning. Then she came through that ship, and that's when Thanos was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah,
I think Scarlet Witch gave Thanos the bigger fight. Scarlet Witch gave Thanos the bigger fight, though.
Yeah, she was ripping his arm off.
She outdid Marvel. She outdid Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
I don't know, man.
Really did.
Thanos tried to headbutt Captain Marvel. She ain't much buzz, like she ain't much feel it.
Right.
She was
when he hit that about Power Stone, he punched her off. He punched her out the script.
He needed that.
Shit.
She was done.
With no return, man. Hey, but you've got to think about it. With Thanos, Captain Marvel is a brute fighter. I mean, she was in the Air Force, but I don't really see the way she fight as in she really good fighter. Like when it comes to
she
like
from the what you call it from the Kree.
I mean, yeah, she was trained, but think about it. She was when it came to fighting, she always on the way she win when she used her powers. Now when she got somebody that's as powerful as her, when she got to outthink them in a fight, I don't see her being able to outthink nobody.
She was holding her own. Thanos had to put that ring on her ass.
First of all, she did her job.
Out of existence.
She did the job. She took that ship out. That ship destroyed that base in 30 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. You notice how the ships were shooting up in the sky and everybody looked like, what's coming?
And you know what?
he sent everything first shooting at her.
That's what she did. That's what they did. Captain Marvel, when she superpowered in Captain Marvel movie, she destroyed the Kree ships. That set up the final finale in Endgame. Because when he had another ship, I said, "Yo, what are they gonna do?" Because they can't stop that ship. That ship damn near looked like a planet. When she came through and took it out the sky, Thanos was like, "God damn it! Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, who is that?
And they started on pointing they missiles up to the sky, and that's when everybody was just looking, and he started shooting up.
If they didn't destroy that ship, the Avengers would have lost.
Okay, I think we all kind of knew she was gonna come and destroy that ship. I mean,
I didn't know it. I forgot about her. To be honest,
yeah, like
because she wasn't there, so I was like, She got to be
There
coming
was
to
so much
destroy
other
this
stuff.
shit.
You had so many like sensory overload going on at the time. You
Hey, I
forgot
thought
all
that was
about
gonna be
Captain Marvel.
Galactus. I thought that was gonna be Galactus.
They
Hey,
did that on purpose.
y'all know when they when Doctor Strange and everybody they was opening up all the portals when Captain America was just standing there by himself about to take on Thanos and his whole army.
Mhm.
Y'all know,
He was on his last legs too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was done. Yeah.
Hey, y'all know the people that they was bringing in,
That
huh?
was the point when Hulk was gonna punch the shit out of Thanos, and it didn't happen. Okay, they need my green boy right now. And then they brought out everybody. I said, well, they
Hey, Lemon, they threw your boy under the bus, man. They threw your boy under the bus.
Why did they do that? Why didn't they use Hulk?
Because they not gonna give him no burn because Universal won't give him up. They won't give him, and they're not using them. They won't. They said they refuse to give it back.
I bet you, if Universal whatever would give him up, that's when everybody will see the Hulk Planet
Hulk.
movie.
Right.
Planet Hulk.
Everybody wants to see Hulk Breaker, World Breaker, because that dude is amazing.
Right.
I don't want to see Dr. Hulk.
Yo,
Professor Hulk.
Anyway,
you remember he even cracked. They even made fun. He made fun of himself. He says, "I don't even know how to Hulk out. Look."
Yeah, he's trying.
I said, "Oh, that's not the Hulk I want."
Right.
Shit.
But
But
nobody wanted that. But
you know what? It's all right. My man Black Panther came to a red shot.
Oh, hey, that was such a bomb ass moment because, of course, the movie theater was packed, and the first people that they showed was Black Panther coming through the portal, and like there was this old white couple that was sitting kind of in front of me, and it was so awesome to see. Oh, they were clapping and they were. I was like, yes. I said yes.
Somebody in my movie theater stood up and yelled out, "Wakanda forever!"
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. The old lady was clapping and stuff. Like,
so
I'm
many
like,
epic moments. If you
throw me
was
up
the
in
right crowd, it was so many epic moments. Yo, people, I said, yo, I've never been in a movie theater that everybody acted crazy like that. Nobody was telling people to shut up. They wanted to hear it. The only time I went to go see Shazam, and I went to go see it on a Thursday, and it was like 20 people in it. You had one dude in the front row. Get him! Kill him! Shazam!
You sure that wasn't you, Lemon?
It wasn't because I don't feel like that. Not for Shazam. I was doing it during this movie though. I was acting a fool. But usually, the last time I seen that was remember Star Troopers with the aliens?
You know what? I wish
Starship Troopers.
Star Troopers in the theater. That was.
And there was one dude in the front, and at the end of the movie, when it was like, "We're gonna fight, we're never gonna stop," and one dude stood up, "Yeah, we're killing all of the motherfuckers." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Wolfgang, who?
There's people like that.
Man, Starship Troopers, man.
I love Starship Troopers, man.
The whole crowd was doing that shit. I said, "Damn!"
To me, before 300, that movie to me is like the
classic.
That movie was gruesome. That's what that movie was.
It was gruesome, but it made you feel like, man, shit, I want to go ahead and join the Space Marines. I want to give me some bugs, bro. I want to give me some damn bugs.
My favorite part of that movie
was so good.
Is when Homeboy said, he said, "You gonna come down here and threaten us, and the boy lovers turned you down?" And he started laughing. I said, "Oh, damn, that's disrespectful." The boy lovers.
Man,
classic movie. 300.
That's the Ultimate Man movie. 300 is
look. Ultimate Man moment. K-Mega playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh God, not that again.
And he kicked the dude over the cliff. I was cheering in my house. Yes.
I'm playing it right now while we talking, man.
You always playing it, K-Mega.
I'm trying to finish it so I can combat, bro. I mean, I'm right here.
I'm at level 25 now, K-Mega. I'm just letting you know. And I've only played it for 4 hours. So.
I'm almost a level 80. So
wait a minit. I beat the story. I forgot about that.
I'm like a 76 right now. So
hey, so what y'all think about the handoff? Like when
I love
who it was had got the glove the first time.
Spider-Man.
It was Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man. It wasn't.
No, Spider-Man didn't get first. The guy.
Black Panther. Ant-Man.
No, it wasn't Ant-Man. It
Ant-Man
was
had it too for a brief minute.
it
No,
was
Hawkeye,
Arrow. That Arrow, Hawkeye. Yeah, Hawkeye had it first.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
right.
Hawkeye.
Started it.
Hawkeye had it, and then it went
Gamora got it.
No,
Gamora
then it
had
went
it.
to Black Panther.
Black
It went to
Panther.
Black
He
Panther.
says, I got it, and then he
Nah.
started doing this
The
cool
chick
shit.
on Pegasus.
It
or
went to
whatever.
Gamora, then
Yeah.
it went to Spider-Man,
Mhm.
then it ended up going to I forgot who it went to after Spidey.
It went to Captain Marvel.
Spidey gave it to Black
Captain
Panther.
Marvel, yeah, and that's the
And
part
he
that
said,
Delilah
right.
said,
You're
they
gonna get
forced
it
the woman scene, but
across all of these people and fighters.
No, hold on. I say, let me hold it before that, man. That corny ass line. How you doing today, Peter Parker? I was like,
Oh
man,
God.
this shit was horrible. But when
Who
she
said
got
that? Who said that?
Captain Marvel when
yeah.
Spider-Man was on the ground, when he put his suit into kill mode. Decided to put his suit into kill mode. They was all around him. Then Captain Marvel
He was like, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker." She's like, "How you doing today, Peter Parker?" Like,
yeah, how you doing today, Peter Parker? I'm Captain Marvel. Like, I'm like, go ahead with that. But then when she grabbed it and she started going through, that's when she started getting going. Yeah.
But how does she know who it is? She's never met him because she's been out in space. Another twist.
she didn't know. She was just doing her thing. She just grabbing
Yeah, they just introduced.
She was trying to fly. She was trying to fly the infinite the gauntlet to the time machine, the little makeshift time machine at the van after Ant-Man and his wife got it working. So she was flying, trying to take the Infinity Gauntlet over to that machine, and then that's right before that happened.
That shit was so funny when Ant-Man turned into a baby. I was like,
oh, that was crazy. How about Thanos though, with that quick, cat-like reflexes when he threw his darn weapon into the darn to the van. Yeah. She was flying. She was gone. I thought she was gonna make it. I'm like, yo, she gonna make it. And he just threw his weapon right into the thing. Boom, like, where you going? It was such like quick thinking, like such a realistic reaction.
Thanos said, I know how to throw stuff too.
That was when he was at his bed too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that movie was fire. That movie was fire. And the more I think about the movie, the more I love it even more.
Hey, so what y'all think about the rat though? I mean, I know nobody talk about the rat.
You talking about
See the
rocket?
He saying
no,
rocket.
Oh, the rat that switched the switch on.
Yeah.
The rat that put the switch on for the Ant-Man to come back.
If it wasn't for the rat, none of this shit would have happened.
Right.
Like
that's the taboo part of the whole movie. It's like you wouldn't even have a movie if the rat didn't do anything.
My thing is, had the rat get in the van?
Oh, you talking about the rat? The
rat, like at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
towards the beginning, the rat's walking on the van. He hits a switch that brings Ant-Man back, and that sets off this whole string of events.
Right.
Nobody else better do it.
You know what? They should have showed somewhere in like the credits where the rat was actually that creature that was in Captain Marvel at the end. Because the rat would transform into the creature or something like that.
Oh no,
that's too much. That's why they don't got you writing the movies.
Because I throw some twist up in there.
That's a cat. But no, see,
I know it was a cat.
Yeah,
but he can morph.
The got repoed and it was just put inside of somewhere, and that's why places like that sooner or later it get infestation, and so it's possible that could actually happen. So it wasn't so far fetched, and actually the rat was the person that was the actual hero of the whole movie.
He was.
Wow. I think that rat was Ben.
And what y'all think about Captain America, his whole story arc about him just actually, after we went to return of the Infinity
living out those the 75 years that he was supposedly frozen for that whole time.
Cap seen how he remember how thick old girl was, and he said, I
gotta live my life.
Yeah, I'm gonna live my life.
I gotta live my life.
Man, they show pictures of her like
Peggy Carter.
I said, what? I said, shit. Go ahead, Cap. Do what you got to do. Yeah, he had to. Yeah, man. I love it. I thought it was cool.
Does that mean they're gonna have another Captain America movie where he goes back and gets those?
No, he's done.
Back the Infinity Stones.
He's
done.
He's done.
I mean, he's done. But the only thing about it is they did have some like a what if storylines that they talking about. They might do. They might have a Captain. They had Agent Carter on the ABC and it got canceled. They're gonna bring something similar to that to the Disney streaming show with a what if series. So they setting that up with like when Loki, when he got his got the the Tesseracts, and he boom, when he disappeared, there was the old Loki. Now he's somewhere running around in time while everything going on. You know how Loki is, so they talk about Loki gonna be hopping through time in his show. So you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have a lot of what if stories on the Disney streaming service. So you never know, we might get one.
I wonder how this is gonna affect the new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming out, the new season. I just wonder how this is gonna work.
Oh yeah, it looked pretty cool. Yeah, I seen the trailer. Yeah, where old dude comes
for the
back.
new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, what's his name come back? Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah,
you know, and he's not gonna die from that infection that he has.
Who Coulson? No, that's supposed to be a whole different Coulson, man. Look, this gonna be the thing. That Coulson, 9 times out of 10, he gonna be dead, but they're gonna have a whole new Coulson that probably be a bad guy with him playing a different role. The same actor just playing a different role.
Yeah, no, he's a bad guy. Yeah, he is a bad guy.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm cool with that, but I just hope they don't mess it up because you know it might be the last season of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I want them to go out with a real blast, not like how they did last season because that shit was wet.
No, I kind of like that space adventure one. That was actually pretty cool. I actually liked it, but we ain't going there.
Yeah,
we talking about Gotham next week though, bro.
Oh yeah, we'll
definitely gonna talk about that next week.
So did anyone actually cry in this movie for real?
I did. I choked up a little bit.
No,
with Tony.
What part you choked up?
With Tony. Yeah, that was just because like I started thinking about his daughter, and I'm like, yo, that's gonna be heavy. That's gonna be heavy.
Well,
like,
we all kind of knew it was coming because he wasn't gonna do no more Avengers, so they had to figure out a way to get him off the show.
I Am Iron Man, that just took me back. It took me back. Like I'm like, I Am Iron Man. That was so good.
He's the one that started the MCU off.
Right. Yeah. It was so, like I said, everything felt so definitive. That's why I'm like, they're gonna have to just kind of just keep.
We knew something was gonna happen with Cap. We knew something was gonna happen with Iron Man. I didn't think they both was gonna go, but they sent both of them off in glorious fashion.
Right. The way that
Cap retiring with his love, and Iron Man being the hero. You know, even when he saw the vision and everybody thought he was crazy, and I forgot which movie it was. They basically said, "You're gonna have to save the day. It's gonna be you." I forgot what movie that was, and they pretty much that's how they put it. For him to snap the fingers, I am Iron Man. Bam!
That jump was so good.
He said, "I'm Jack Man." That shit was dope. He was like,
"Yeah." When Dr. Strange give him that finger, he said, "One, this is the one." And when another tidbit too. If people don't know that this gauntlet glove was on the opposite hand. Mm-hmm. This is the one that Iron Man had made. That's why it got big for the Hulk.
Yeah. It was
designed by Iron Man. That's why they say it was 1 out of 14 billion or so, a million chance. And this was the only one they succeeded. And it was the one that Iron Man made the glove. So when Iron Man went over there and to go snatch the glove, he was able to just rip the stones out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything was so precise and how they did it and how they were showing how he was able to snap his fingers because his technology was just as good as the magical, mythical things where he was able to snap his fingers. Think about it. Hulk had a time trying to snap his fingers. When Thanos snapped his fingers, it wasn't just like
it was affecting Iron Man too. He was struggling for a little bit too.
But we talking about for a human. When he was like, "I am Iron Man," and he just stood and snapped.
I mean, yeah, you got to think about that too. Yeah, because
take that abuse.
You got to go back to Guardians of the Galaxy when Star-Lord just held one of the stones by himself.
He needed help to hold it.
Yeah,
he needed help to hold it.
Right, yeah, and everybody had to hold his hand just for him to just take out Ronan. So that just shows, like, you know, just made Tony a super badass to sacrifice himself the way that he did and get the job done.
But I like the way Iron Man died, though. I mean, he died. You know, most of them died talking and all this stuff. He died looking.
It was realistic. That's
what I mean. That's what I was saying. Most people, when they die, they trying to hold on their last breath. They're not going to talk.
They're trying to have a speech when they die, man. I'm sorry, nobody.
Oh, I'm coming to get you, honey.
They just want to just look and admire you and just glance.
Well, yeah, that was pretty tough when his old lady was just saying, basically, you know what I'm saying, you can go ahead and rest now, Tony. That was
gonna be all right.
Pretty much that was real right there. That was like, yeah, that was tough. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so y'all think that was better than the Logan moment?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a much better.
Oh yeah, that was better.
Stop bringing up that depressing movie that didn't explain the character properly. Don't do that.
I don't care, man. Logan was amazing, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was amazing, but they didn't explain what was killing the mutants. They didn't do it. You
They
had
ain't
to,
do it
you
correctly.
had to be
Yeah.
a hardcore person like me to go find out the information. They
Nah,
didn't do it right.
the animanium was affecting Logan's
No, it
blood.
was not. See, wrong.
Okay, break it down. Break it down for me, Lemon. Come on.
Okay.
We went here about 10 times.
No. This is what happened. But they didn't put it in the movie properly. Remember when they had the black family with the corn syrup and he explained corn syrup is in everything? Do you remember that?
Vaguely, but go ahead.
All foods. Go watch the movie. You got to get the Logan historical books
Give
right
me the cliff notes. Give me the cliff notes.
now. What happened was they tried to suppress the mutant gene, so they was putting the suppressor in corn syrup, which is in every food you practically eat. Instead of suppressing the mutant gene, it was killing mutants. Remember, at the end of the
I remember that.
movie, says, "Yo, you know this dude is responsible for the genocide of your species." That came along with the black family. If you notice, what other purpose did the black family have? That was farming. When they went out there to save the fields, and the dudes was trying to raid the yards, had something to all do with corn syrup. But instead of them putting it in the movie properly, they edited the movie where it looked like, and people assumed the adamantium was killing him. The reason Wolverine didn't die like the rest of the mutants is because of his healing factor.
Yeah.
Right.
That kept him alive, kept him rejuvenated.
Alive. That's what it was. But they didn't put it in the movie properly. If you notice, them young kids was mutants, and they not dead because they wasn't on the regular food.
Mm-hmm. I got a question though, Lemon.
That's
Why
hard.
they always got to make the black people do the dirty work?
It had nothing to do with the black people.
What?
Well, you said the black farmers.
No, listen to me.
So that's
What are you
what
talking
they was
about?
at.
Oh my God! You see,
Come on,
this
y'all, bring it back. Bring it back.
I know. I just had to go there. I'm sorry.
young movies.
I know it's a movie. I know, but still.
With a wheelchair and a cane. Damn. But they brought in the black farmer, but the black guy. If you go back and watch, he explained. You know, he's telling Logan, "Listen,
I saw it.
I do corn syrup, and blah 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 blah. It's in every food you eat, and da 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 da." They was putting it in the scientists was putting it in everybody's corn syrup.
Right.
That was the point, but they didn't explain in the movie. When I went and looked at the movie notes and the director explained and the producers explained, I said, "Why didn't y'all put that in the movie?" You got people saying the adamantium killed him. You got people saying he got old and something was wrong. All these theories, but it was very simple. Y'all put some shit in the food and it killed off all the goddamn mutants.
Right.
That's why
all it
healing
was.
power was getting slower and
the
slower and
reason He
slower.
didn't die so quick. Remember, he kept saying, and the dude that saw the future, whatever that guy was, I don't even know who that mutant was. He kept saying, "You got pus all on your adamantium." I don't know what this is. He explained it when he was in that little field or whatever they was in. They was hiding and stuff with Doctor.
Because it helps fight the bacteria that he draws in whenever he uses his blade.
I don't know what's going on with you, but where is this pus coming from? Because he was infected, but his healing factor kept him from dying like the rest of the mutants. That's what it is. That's why I didn't like that movie, because they didn't explain it right.
Well,
none of these movies explain things right all the time because they got to make it for movie purpose.
Hey, let's get back to the Avengers right quick, man. Like before, because we'd have had them all on the X-Men Wolverine for about 10 times. But
damn. I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
Everybody should get the Wolverine thing now. But
yes, sir.
What was y'all favorite time travel moment that was in Avengers? Like when they what place they had went back into? Mine was when he thought when it met his mama. It was just the whole scenery. So what about y'all? Anybody had their favorite time travel moment?
The Hulk part.
Mine was the Ant-Man for sure. Nothing beats the Ant-Man coming back as a baby and an old man.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh,
that was hilarious. But my favorite part was the Hulk. I always gotta.
Yeah, I like that part when
I like the part when the Hulk was trying to take the pictures with the kids. I thought that was dope.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
and the part with the tacos when Ant-Man was sitting there.
Oh yeah.
This movie had so many cool parts, man. It was just ridiculous. Overload. It's so many. It's just so many memorable moments.
I'd have sat there through all that.
Right, and then we just scratching the surface on it because they had so much in-depth stuff.
So much stuff, man.
They couldn't have did that in 2 hours. They had to. Now I know why they had to have 3 hours for it.
Yeah, my I still like my favorite. I've already said it, but my favorite part was definitely Thor with the. With Captain America and and Thor's hammer, because I did not see that coming. Like I did not see that
Yeah.
coming. So it was so good.
Hey, what about the time travel part where Captain America had to fight Captain America?
That was my
That was
favorite.
good too.
No, he
That
said,
That was good too.
he said, I
And
can do
America's
all day. He was going, yeah, I know.
I forgot. Man, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that was my favorite because he was you know the old this modern Cap, he was already defeated, so he wasn't as goody two shoe. So when he saw his old self, he was like,
oh, here we go. Yeah.
Here we go.
What trips me out too is how Ant-Man, because think about it, for him it's only been 5 hours. Like the way his demeanor was throughout the movie, he was like fanboying out every time he was around like Captain America and like Iron Man, stuff like that. He would fanboy sometimes, Ant-Man. Because it was just like for him, this is all new. Like it's only been 5 hours for him. Everybody else has been 5 years.
You know what's crazy? When he saw his daughter and she was older.
Yeah.
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 I was like, I hope that don't happen with me and my kid. That's why I try to be a good father.
Hey,
damn, that
remember
touched
the part
me right there.
Remember the part when Hulk came down them stairs and I hate stairs. I'm like, you the Hulk. Why did you just jump down?
Right. That was funny for me being a Hulk fan that I am. I'm like, man, my man had to take the stairs and he was pissed.
The Hulk was good, he never talked, but there you go.
You see, everybody got out of his way the minute he came out that door.
You see how Tony was on the floor? He couldn't even breathe when that door hit.
Yeah, I like how they briefly explained Professor Hulk too. Like he spent 18 months doing radiation therapy in order to
gamma
meld the
radiation.
two. Yeah, I thought that was kind of dope. I'm like, they explained that so quick though. It was just like you would have missed it if you would have blinked or went to the bathroom.
It's out in 4K. They got a super deluxe edition with all the characters for about $900. I'm buying it. I don't even care.
You talking about for all the MCU movies?
All 22 movies.
Yeah.
I hope they do it. I'm buying it. I don't care. I'm selling my soul to Marvel's devil.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would do that. I would cop it.
I'm copping it. I'm telling you, man. I spend money on stuff that worth less than my life. This meant everything to me. Everything.
So
I love
it. Was good. It was
Is
good.
it gonna come out after Dark Phoenix? Because if that's the case, they should add that to the collection too.
Dark Phoenix, they don't got
They got nothing to do with it.
They announced that.
That's
Fox.
Yeah, but 22 movies, that means you're going all the way back to all the old X-Men movies.
Iron Man, the first Iron Man.
No, first part of the MCU.
Yeah, Iron Man, the first Iron Man and on. It's been that many movies.
I don't think that's 22 movies, though.
That's 22
They already said it.
22
movies.
Yeah.
Wow, real holy moly Jesus. Wow. I can't believe I saw that many of them. Holy shit.
Right, 10 years. I mean, you got to think about it, though. It's been 10 years.
Wow.
Anyone else think it was kind of weird? Like, if y'all played Mortal Kombat 11, we just played a game with time travel and shit. Then Marvel has time travel and shit. Old Captain America fighting young Captain America.
Right. I haven't played the story yet. I haven't played the story. I was more into the tutorial and everything. So
it's actually good, K-Man.
It looks dope. I just wanted to get to the story last because I wanted to stream it. So
it's about 6 hours. I already did. I got episode 1 and episode 2 on my stream. So it's really good. But back to it, they ended it well. They ended the Marvel universe well. I mean, the Avengers universe good.
But is that the end, or is the new Spider-Man movie the end? I don't understand.
No, that's separate. That's separate.
It is not an end, and he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not over.
Well, I'm talking about as far as the current Avengers as they sit now.
The Avengers are no more, really. There's
future Avengers. There's other Avengers in the future. Right. But as far as where it sits now, this is the end. The
leaders of the Avengers is kind of,
Hey, so what about y'all thoughts about? Do y'all think it's going to actually eclipse the greatest movie of all times, Avatar? Because it's breaking records right now. Was that $1.2 billion first opening week? And now y'all think it's gonna Avatar is like what 2-something billion? Y'all think that this is gonna be the biggest movie of all times forever?
It could be. It could be until Avatar 2 comes out.
Man, yeah, I don't think Avatar 2 gonna
I
come made.
ain't gonna
Oh
watch
no,
Avatar 2.
it's already being made right
No,
now.
no, no. But it's two
Yeah.
and three is being made, but they're
Yeah,
running
he's
from
being
Star
made right
Wars.
now. Yeah.
They're running from Star Wars dates. He
Have you
keeps
seen that Star Wars trailer?
Oh yeah.
That movie looks incredible, dude.
It looks dope. It does, yeah. He did that laugh. Palatine did that laugh. So, oh shit! Now I got to start catching up on these movies because I haven't seen them all. So
Nah, bro, Lando's back. Lando's back. Oh, Billy D. Williams is back.
yeah,
Lila's gonna get to play some Darth Vader in virtual reality. She got an Oculus Quest.
Oh God, no.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, it's a good year. There's only about 3 or 4 movies that really look good this year, and this was one of them right here.
No, but this supposed to outdo the movies of all times. Like the biggest movie of all time is Avatar. I mean, K-Meg is saying Avatar 2. I don't think that's gonna hit $1 billion.
That was only because of 3D.
What?
That was only because they advertised 3D. It was the first major 3D movie.
That movie was really good. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
No, Avatar was good. Avatar was good. I didn't say it was bad.
No,
I just said it was the first 3D movie. It was the first 3D.
So was the Terminator at its time too. The Terminator was good at its time.
Yeah, but Terminator's been all over the place. There's not no comparison about that. Like, I mean, it's just like with Star Wars. Like, Star Wars took how many years? It was almost 20 some years before they actually did even the prequels. So,
right.
And now those are $1 billion movies. So it's just like Avatar is going to do well because there's still people that really
Avatar's going to do well because we've all been waiting.
Yeah,
been waiting.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. So
it took him 8 years to make the first one.
But you know, James Cameron is a weirdo, so he's a perfectionist. You know, them dudes are geniuses. They move differently. But I hope the next one lives up to the first one.
He's a Kojima. He's the Kojima of movies.
Kojima.
Oh God.
I took a Volkswagen and put him in the same category as a Bentley, but I ain't gonna do that.
A quick question for y'all. This is super off the wall a bit. Prior to the movie, what previews did you guys see? Did you guys see that movie, Gemini Man?
Yeah, that looks
dope.
dope.
Yeah, I've been saw that. Yeah, I've been saw that.
Will Smith is back. He's doing all types.
No.
Hey, at first I thought that was time travel, but that's not time travel. How that work, huh?
No,
He's fighting a clone. He's fighting a clone.
But why one? But see, if that was the case, but why would one be young and one would be old?
Because he's 20 years ago.
A clone is aged in a tube. Wherever they stop him at is where he come out at. Come on, Triple, you a movie guy. You know.
It grew. It's not like
It said, and if you listen to the trailer, it says 25 years ago they made you.
Right.
Like they been growing them. Like
Delilah, I think me, you, and K-Meg in the wrong room. These dudes don't pay attention to the small print. Just signing a contract. I own all your masters, Triple. You and Sir X-Men, I own all your masters.
I seen the daggone trailer. You need to get checked.
I seen the trailer, but I'm like, okay. I ain't really look at it too depth. It's Gemini Man.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but
Gemini is two signs that, you know what I'm saying, two-sided. Like that's a Gemini.
He said it's two sides. I guess it's two-sided.
Okay. All right. Well, the other trailer that I don't know if you guys is excited about it, but I'm really excited for Godzilla and the King of the Monsters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got a problem though. I have a problem.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
No, but listen. I own every Godzilla movie.
Don't say nothing about the Lord Godzilla.
No. Hold on. First of all, let me give you my history. I own every Godzilla movie on VHS. Excuse me, beta, VHS, DVD to Blu-ray.
Do you still have a beta player?
No. That's where it started. I said my history. Don't do that.
Okay.
You just said you owned all of them.
I said
owned. Yeah, you did.
Owned is a past tense word. I don't know when you went to school when they was doing that Flintstone shit, chalking on the board with a
stick. You can say, I used to own beta. That's what you have to say.
Betamax.
Hold on. Betamax, facts. They still use it in production value. But listen, let me tell you something. I have a problem with this movie. They're hitting you with every epic monster,
right?
Like from Monster Island. Remember that?
Right.
You got to give all those monsters, and they're major monsters. They're just due.
Well, that's fine because you
Wait,
know
wait,
what?
hold on. Let me finish.
Especially Ghidra.
Let me finish.
Mm.
What I'm saying is, you see how Avengers did it fine?
Mhm.
They're gonna have to do that shit right because you just threw Mothra, Godzilla, the saviors of the planet, Ghidra, Rodan, the
Mhm.
crab creature. Yo, it's crazy.
Right.
King Ghidorah, they all got to get burned in 2 hours.
Oh,
Hey, don't it sound like a Justice
They
League to
have
you?
made movies, Godzilla versus these dudes, for 2 hours.
okay, right. And you know,
That's what I'm saying. I just want
that's
it done
what we
right.
want. And that's what we want because if you go by what the last Godzilla was, it was too much human interaction and not enough Godzilla.
There's
That's
always
true.
human interaction. There's always.
So,
Godzilla
well,
has always teamed up with humans.
there was too much human interaction in the last Godzilla movie, and not enough damn action. But between the creature and Godzilla,
Both creatures. Both
yeah, you know
creatures.
what I'm saying. So
I
that's
mean, all they got to do is just amp up the fighting.
well, that's
No,
why
you gotta.
this
They're
is
trying to do a backstory. They're trying to do a history on each individuals. They're trying to make these monsters titans. We know King Ghidorah is not from Earth. He's not from Earth.
okay.
He's
Well,
from outer space.
they'll probably put their spin on it. And look, and listen, some things. Look, not to be disrespectful, because you know I like Japanese stuff too. But some things can, for an American audience or for a Western audience, can be pretty wonky coming from, if you want to go complete canon from a Japanese, you know, standpoint.
Right.
Yeah, you know, you can't. Because I mean, look, they have a big plan right now. I don't know how they're going to do it because the other movie bombed with the robots. I forgot what that movie was called.
It didn't.
Those big robots.
No, it did not.
Was in the first one.
No, it did not. The second one didn't do as well as the first one, but the first one made big numbers, and the second one did great.
Somebody's echoing very bad.
Yeah, I don't know who just started echoing. You're talking about oh my god, I own both of those movies, both in 3D.
Okay, but regardless, that's okay. They're trying to do this whole monster universe, right? So I don't know if they're going to put them in there. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to bring Ultraman, they want to do all that shit, right? But the thing of it is that with this movie, they have to put all this in there in order to get the big movie that everybody's waiting for, and that's Godzilla against King Kong.
That's not really a big movie in the Godzilla universe. That wasn't a big franchise.
Everybody wants to see that.
No, they want to see it.
I'd like to see that.
Hey, 108. Here's a theory. They're trying to bring Godzilla to a new generation that never grew up in Godzilla, man.
Hey, you know how they should do it? This how they should do it. It's simple. It's very, like Godzilla and King Kong. They trying to rush that. I mean, I know what you're saying, Lemon, but But me personally, when they showing like all the monsters at one time, just picture it like this here for a second. Picture it like this here. You got the Earth, and still, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's say the people that say the Earth is flat, right? And they got an ice ring around it, and they might have something that's a little bit further out that a crack broke, and they broke a tunnel somewhere through there when monsters had started coming through. And that's when all the monsters that's on Godzilla, they start trying to spread apart. And that's when you get the opening movie with Godzilla, and you got all these different monsters coming at one time.
Right, and still put where he came from outer space, because we don't know where the story is, because that could be their origin of why they are like they are, and they become the Titans on this planet. So maybe then that's why it has the I
hope they don't do nuclear, man, because that be getting me on the nerves.
That's what they do with Godzilla.
That's where they say they come from. That's where they say.
Yeah, that's where they say they come from.
Because in the first Godzilla, they was absorbing power to bring themselves back.
But no. They were saying that's what they was eating, nuclear. Okay, I remember the last Godzilla. That's what they was eating.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they eat nuclear, but I'm talking about where they come from. I'm saying they should have it well. The work like how King Kong, you know, say he's supposed to be on Skull Island. Like, ain't nobody like right now with technology. They should have it what people say the Earth is flat, and then let's say the what's name came from outer space, and he cracked one of the borders, and then opened up a whole different area that haven't been searched by man because of the ice wall. Nobody was able to breach it,
and that could be it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. They could use they could follow from the canon of from the original Godzilla. We don't know. I mean that's
No,
the
what
thing.
I'm saying, Mega, I
They
just
can't
want
do that old one. I don't like that old because it was too outdated.
That's what. Well, it's out
not
there.
the one with the
You
alien,
gotta have
and
people to follow it.
they brought their champion monster to fight Earth's champion monster. That's what that was about.
I know, but
Hold on. They tricked the world to borrow. Remember, I'm a Godzilla historian, my dude. They tricked the world to lend them Godzilla and a couple other monsters to help them. But what they did was they was mind controlling them and turned them against the planet, and then they brought in King Ghidorah. That's what happened. I know most of y'all probably like, what the hell he's talking
I know what he's
No, I
talking
know
about.
what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
I know what
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
that's the story.
but what sounds better to what do you think that will relate more to an audience that don't know about the lore of Godzilla, the one about the nuclear situation where these big ass creatures is coming from somewhere, maybe throw a little interstellar shit in it to where Gordan or whatever the fuck the three-headed thing was called, you know what I'm saying, maybe a part of that, feed into that, you know what I'm saying, or you talk about aliens coming around and saying, here's my Titan fighting your Titan. That shit ain't gonna work.
1960s, 1970s, I agree.
Right.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying take that story. It's like the comic books. I always say you got to look at the characters and build a great story around characters. You can't follow the comic books. There's too many books. There's too many universes. What I'm saying is, from my perspective, I'm not saying come from that direction, but they got to do it right. They just threw everybody in one movie. So I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of monsters. That's a lot of backstory. What are they doing? So I'm going into optimistic. Of course, I want it to be an incredible movie. I love Godzilla. I remember when Godzilla was talking to the little boy, and I said, "Godzilla don't talk," and I was crying because I was like, "They messed up my series." I was a kid then.
That's the one when he was battling the smog monster. Right. I love that one.
Come to find out, that when Godzilla was talking, that was the kid's imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was dreaming about Godzilla. Remember, he got woke up at the end of the episode, like, get up. He was like, but Godzilla's coming to save us. They was looking at him like, what the hell are you talking about? That whole movie was about a kid's imagination. He's going to Monster Island, baby Godzilla talking to him, Godzilla fighting all these monsters. It was an imaginative. So, but coming from where I'm coming from, you understand that. So I get it. I just want them to do it right. Because you take, first of all, him versus King Ghidorah is a movie in itself.
Yep.
Right.
And they got him in there,
Mothra too.
And he might not get destroyed. It might be a situation where King Kong comes in to help.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
because King Kong and Godzilla is both good.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
They're both good. It's not, they had a disagreement. They fought back in the days.
Right. Yeah. They got down and then
Right.
And
there's only been two.
Yeah. I don't think that that could be the way that the movie goes, is where Godzilla loses and King Kong comes in and they help. But before then, King Kong, Godzilla got to get down, and then they go in and they defeat the main enemy. You know what I'm saying?
There's only been two people. There's only two monsters in there. Mothra helps Godzilla, and there's only been one other one that's helped Godzilla, and that's Gamera.
Right. And
right. That's the only two.
Twins that talk to Mothra.
Sorry, Delilah. They went off topic again.
I was just saying how Delilah asked about trailers, and I was just saying that, look, I'm excited about
way over there.
I'm excited about Godzilla.
I didn't bring this up. I'm just a Godzilla specialist in the room. Like we got our anime king and Bloody Knuckles. I'm the Godzilla specialist, baby. That's all it is.
You like Godzilla, I like Gamera.
One more Godzilla question here. What y'all think about Godzilla's the CGI, the look of Godzilla and
it's incredible.
He looks dope. I know the Japanese didn't like him. They say he was too fat. But
yeah, whatever. That last Godzilla was weirdo. He had aliens.
It's better than a suit with a zipper that you can see.
No. That's not the last.
I'm talking about old school.
Oh, you talking about the Japanese? You talking about the Japanese?
Yeah, the Japanese with the zipper.
Yeah.
It came out 2 years ago. Yeah. They froze him. He had humanoid looking creatures coming out of his tail. That was part of him. I'm done. They can't say nothing about what the United States is doing with Godzilla.
Like reptiles.
I was like, what the hell? And then he opened his mouth like a predator and was shooting lasers out his mouth.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like if you follow
Godzilla from Japan,
The only thing that I want to see from it is karate movies, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know, martial art movies, and also like you can. I don't want an American or a Western version of Attack on Titan if they do a live action movie, a big budget live action.
Oh
movie.
hell no, please don't, because
you got to do it. You got to do it like how it's written, because because that story is absolutely epic as fuck. So you got to do it, man. The way that the Japanese.
Am I the only one going to see Detective Pikachu? Am I the only one that's going to go see that?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, bro.
And you know what?
Yeah, Detective Pikachu. What's up, bro?
You're gonna mess that up too. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
I'd rather watch the Sonic movie than watch Pikachu.
I'm watching both of them.
I'm being serious. I'd rather watch the Sonic movie than watch the Pikachu movie, man.
In other words, you wait till that came out on rental.
I watch the Sonic joint.
There you go.
It's kind of funny. It looks horrible, but it looks funny at the same time.
The only reason why I watch the Sonic movie is for doggone Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
like I feel like he
gonna God, I didn't know Jim Carrey was playing.
He's playing Doctor. Yeah,
it's good to see him back. I haven't seen him in anything.
I'm gonna stop doing podcasts because this is showing how much I am a nerd, and this is disrespectful to my life.
Then life is good, brother. Life is good.
I don't know, son.
Live it, love it, and enjoy it.
That's all you can do.
But hey, let's just go ahead and get back to the end game and the end of it. What do y'all rate this movie? See, I don't do no 1 to 10, 0 through 5s and all this other stuff, but I rate it as in what do y'all think people should see this movie at if you were to suggest it to people? Like you'll say, would it be something you say, hey, go to the movies and
gotta see this on the big screen.
You gotta see it on the big screen, yeah.
Or go watch it on Cody. You know, some people like
God.
I don't want to disrespect nobody, no guests in the room, but
wait till it come to
watch it on Cody. You denied your life.
Right.
I mean, come on, it's what, $8 to $18
cut off.
Spend that money. It's $8 to $18. It's not too expensive for that movie.
Go to the damn matinee and spend.
If you want a loan, I'll send it to you in Bitcoin.
Oh no, you didn't go there.
Watching it on.
I take a Bitcoin loan, man. That is incredible, man. If you say so you saying movies, right? It's a must see in the movie theater. So what you think if it's a must see in the movie theater, that which I should just go see like at a regular, or you think it should get the all out treatment of Dolby or 3D?
You do regular because everybody doesn't have to spend the 3D money. Everybody don't got to spend the IMAX bucket seats.
No, I'm saying no. Is it worth it? If you
no, it's worth it.
Recliner seat. Get you a night and go to the bathroom twice before the movie start.
Facts.
So what you say 3D or Dolby Vision? Which one you?
I'd say just regular Dolby Vision.
You know what? To whoever wants to see it, any way you want to, just see it.
It's not on Cody.
It's not on Cody. It's not on Cody.
For people, for those, like if somebody is like, I don't know what to go see it in, and they want your suggestion, like, okay, well, this movie looks excellent in Dolby Vision, and then the surround sound give you that good feeling of like
feeling. Not good.
I was in 7.1. That was awesome, dude.
Are you seeing it 3D and like, man, they got all this stuff popped out? I think it'll be a good movie to see in 3D. That's what I'm talking about.
I actually enjoy. I mean, I enjoy 3D, but I actually like just the regular IMAX with the surround sound. The surround sound is what
sound is
impactful to me.
Yeah. Oh, the sound was incredible because I was hearing stuff. I'm like, where's that coming from?
Yeah, when they do that, that's when I know I feel like I'm at home when they do.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking
it's like when I'm in a movie theater, I have a big expensive setup, man. When I sit down in a movie theater, I want to feel the epic bass rumble through my chest.
Right.
And hear those highs.
You want it better than what you can get at home. You could. Right. You want it better than, if you got a big TV, if you got I already got a nice TV. I got a 75-inch TV with nice surround sound, all that good stuff. So when I go to the theater, I want it better than that experience.
Yeah, you want it to beat your shit, huh? I feel the same exact way. I stopped going to the movies for a while because of, man, my shit at home sound better than the movie theater. And
I'm kind of on the next level. That's
now, the next level for me is that
I gotta match what I got at home because nothing is better than your in-house experience. If you if you watching football, you in a bar, it's mad noise, mad interference, mad everything else. But when you at home and you got that home theater experience and a big TV,
You can
nothing
pause it and
better
go to the
than-
bathroom.
Yeah, but look, right, but it's nothing better than your house
No.
if you got that experience.
4K,
And when I go to a
4K,
movie theater, it
4K
has
is
to
better
at
than
least
than the
match
theater screen.
what I
4K
have.
watching it
Of course,
looks
but I have
better.
to
He's
at least
right.
match what I have in my house, man. And I want to hear that huge rumble. You know what I'm saying? When Hulk does that, his palm clap, I want to hear.
Shake through your body.
I need that in my life. No, you know, I buy nothing but original movies anyway. I collect movies, so I need that experience. And this movie is beyond worth it for
Let me
anybody.
say he need rumble in his jungle when he's watching his
Yo,
movie.
facts,
That's what he say.
facts,
Y'all crazy.
man.
Hey,
I love this movie.
no, they need to have
I
a
watch
Dolby
it
3D
quiet,
view.
man.
Yo, man, we like almost 2 hours into the show. How long y'all normally go?
And you still here?
I'm doing other stuff though. Like I'm checking out,
You
I'm
did a
shopping and
marathon.
looking on
Yeah,
Good.
stuff. You
this
know
was
what
the
I'm
last,
saying?
thing
That's
right
exactly
here.
how my mama do it. That's
Yeah.
exactly how my mama do it. She don't go nowhere. She just buy it online.
Yeah, but Delala, don't go nowhere. After we end this, I got to tell you something. You helped me with something the other day. But go ahead.
Yeah. So what about you, Savage? You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, so what you would suggest a person if they want to see the movie? If you have to say, hey, what would you suggest it to them for, like Dolby 3D, or you think it's wait till it come out on
Whatever you can afford.
Good. That's good.
If you're an EBT budget, take your ass to the matinee.
He didn't hold nothing back.
$8.
$13. If you're a
Go to
little
them
bit above six figures,
$5
go to
Tuesday
IMAX.
specials. Them $5 2-day specials.
We put everybody in the category. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, fuck it. I went and got mine. I went and got mine on my veteran discount. What that mean?
Nothing. As long as you watched
Well,
it.
you saw the movie.
I paid full price. I wish I had that. Shit. Still was worth it though.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was good.
Goddamn right.
I'm still mad I didn't see no
seen the
end
movie
credit.
about 4 times. I ain't paid for it, but you know, that's my business. But it is what it is.
So it's our business now. You told us.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you just did. But
Yeah, you did.
You
You just did.
You just did. But that's
not
good.
just us, everybody.
Okay, Mega. We didn't hear that.
No, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear nothing.
I don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
I plead the fifth.
You know that first sign that comes up when you put in a DVD movie or a Blu-ray? That $250,000 warning? I ain't hear that.
You gotta stop with these leaks, man.
I did like the way they had the signatures
Hey,
on
look.
every character at the end.
I'm gonna tell you like
and the
this.
credits. That was nice.
I seen it. I'm gonna keep it real. I seen the $250,000 warning. Oh well. Saw it the day before the movie came out.
Ooh, he's still putting himself under the bus.
What they gonna do me?
Well, we will find out.
We all saw the movie. It don't matter. It don't matter. We all saw it. That's the most important thing.
I love the movie. I don't care. I'm selling my soul.
Oh Lord,
I'm buying that.
Hey,
I don't care.
You gonna get blood to watch it watch it again?
Yo, listen. I want to go again Tuesday on my matinee days.
Oh my God!
So we got in New York. I'm going again. I don't care what y'all care. I don't have a life.
Man, fuck it. Let me go see the movie on your senior citizen discount.
I bleed red, white, and blue. Avengers colors. Facts. I don't care. Cut me. I don't care.
I thought you bleeded green.
Hey, but I just want to throw something. I just want to throw something in the mix about the
He bleed
mutant.
green on the leg.
How the mutants?
I know, right?
How they possibly could introduce the mutants into the MCU. If anybody read the House of M comic book, when Scarlet Witch stripped all the mutants of their powers, they had this big massive energy ball around the planet, just like that was in the Endgame. And when the mutants re-emerged, they got their power from that big ass massive ball of energy that was fucking with the planet.
You know what? You just took me somewhere I didn't even know about.
I'm just saying.
No, you just.
Man, I really gotta bounce out, but
No, wait, Delilah, wait till it's over. I got something to tell you. You help me with something. I got to tell you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we
About to go right now, right?
anybody? man.
And the fact that one other thing,
Yeah.
everybody in that end scene that was running around with that gauntlet was actually people who held that gauntlet at one point in time in the comics.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
one other fact, you know, when they opened up the portals, they had with the Netflix characters was supposed to be coming through, like the Punisher, Daredevil, and all that. They was gonna come through the Agents of Shield. That's why they made that smart comment, because they weren't able to get them because of some Saudi shit. That's why they made a comment say, "Is that everybody? What you wanted more?" That's why they threw that out there, because they were trying to get the Netflix characters just to make a guest appearance in there. But with that being said, anybody else got any final quotes or statements they want to make before we get up out of here?
No, so we made a lot of calls. Let's go. It's time to go.
Next time we're
Great
gonna
show. Great show. Great
Great show,
goddamn
yeah.
show.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
awesome.
Thanks.
we're gonna do some more Endgame, man. This shit ain't over with. We
I got
gonna
one thing to say.
Endgame down like how
And hold
Thanos
on.
put the Power Stone and did Captain
One,
Marvel.